Live?
And yeah, it was live on ESPN.
No, not live in front of you.
Live on TV.
Yeah.
And he was the 5th seed in a 5-seed tournament. So if he
What
wanted
does a
to
seed
win,
mean? I don't...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was 5th place.
He was the guy
in
who
a
calls.
tournament of 5. So if he wanted to have a chance to be first at the end of the tournament, he had to work his way through 3 other people. So it was him and one other guy, the 4th place guy, and they bowled and he beat the guy. And he went like this and punched the ground. And I was like, is Pete Weber a WWE fan? And then he beat the next guy and he's like, that's because I'm PEW. And I was like, oh my God, he is a WWE fan. I looked it up and it said Pete Weber, professional bowler, blah, blah, blah. And on his Wikipedia page, it's like very well known for being a huge WWE fan.
Wait,
Credits
PEW.
RVD says PE, or it says RVD. RVD says PEW. I'm trying to cat.
It might be in the kitchen.
What is that, soup? Does kale have protein? No.
A little bit.
Does it?
You're looking for the cat.
Are you staying away from beans?
Beans have protein too.
Yeah, but I was seeing that like somebody
We are
was
live.
posting something
It's
today
start.
that beans are not really good for you. It's like
Yeah, there's people that say that. I don't believe it.
Did you hear about Molyneux finally saying like that he ain't part of the industry no more?
Oh my God, did you read that interview today?
I didn't read it.
Oh,
I read the headline
Lord.
and basked.
They really gave it to him.
Really? What is
Like, he deserves to be asked some questions, but they were like, it wasn't like journalism. It was, they were setting out to be rude.
badgering.
It was rough.
Now I almost feel bad for them.
I don't feel bad for him, but I don't think the way they handled the interview was very professional.
So what happened? He like had a Kickstarter going.
Well, I'll
and
save
just,
it for the show.
Took all the money. And...
Nah. Mom, Brain, you got the Pokemon there?
Mm-hmm.
Clumps all over these wires.
Sorry, it's
It's Servine.
less than optimal. Nikki Hill, when
no.
when we're talking, can you please turn the camera to each person that's talking?
I would love to, but I can't see.
Are you comfortable like
Is that
Can I
cutting
do
you
it?
off, or is that just
No, I'm-
out of the window?
Quite nice.
Where you're fine. It's the top of the window is cutting it off. You're fine. I
How
swear.
about everybody who you introduce pops up behind you in a different corner?
No, I'm sorry. Did you say the Pokemon?
Servine, and if you
You
interrupt
like,
me again while I'm eating, I'll fucking blow your brains
Well, we're
out.
gonna start. now. Are you ready?
Language. Watch your profanity.
Hey, are you ready?
Mhm.
It smells great.
Thanks.
A beef.
It's gonna taste great.
It's going to. You're eating it. All right, 3, 2, 1.
She's not eating it yet.
Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 496, the Servine Podcast.
I hinted to this last week. Servine is a slim bipedal Pokemon that is primarily green with a creme underside and narrow red eyes.
Like creamy?
It has
Yeah.
yellow V-shaped structure that starts at the chest and extends behind the shoulders.
Servine's probably got some protein.
Servine has short limbs
We were talking
and
about
a
protein
small
earlier.
chest protruding from the back of its head. 3 palamate leaves grow along its back and tail. Sounds like Snivy. These leaves are capable of performing photosynthesis, but only while they're clean. Servine will go to great lengths to stay dirt-free for this reason. The swift Pokemon hides in thick foliage or shadows to avoid attacks before retaliating.
He's a germaphobe kind of Pokemon.
There are
germaphobe type?
way more males than females. He's a grass snake Pokemon. His abilities include Outgrow, and his hidden ability is Contrary. Just a skosh over 2 feet tall and 35.3 pounds.
Wait, how do you fight with Contrary?
Use
You
your
ever fight with a
imagination.
woman?
When somebody's like,
Put your lips together.
I
and
want to
blow.
fight, and
Oh, on the
Servine
contrary.
is like, exactly.
It's like fighting
On the
with a
contrary,
2-year-old.
we should not fight.
They go,
The Pokemon's like,
Whoa.
yeah, why are we fighting?
super effective.
And then you
Thanks,
kick
Mom
him in his
Brain.
back when
You're
he
welcome.
comes around.
Feel free to get back to your meal. Mom Brain won't be with us for the whole show, but
For
she
much
did. But she did. She's passing
She's
away.
passing.
But she did take time to do music, so we're gonna cram music in there in a weird spot. But People were very upset we didn't have. People were very upset we had one song last week. They were like, "Why weren't there more songs?"
Because
I
you were
got
the
it
only one
wrong.
guessing.
That's what I said. Hello, Twisted End.
He's
And
really the only one
Sinfield.
guessing when
Anyways.
everyone else is here, though.
Kirby's been
And
blowing it
Charlie,
up.
yep, and Gory Haim, and Regnilla. This is Regnilla's or Regnia, depending on where they're from. This is their first time watching the podcast live. So hello. I said prepare for disappointment. Hello, Malik Halo and Matt Magician, if I didn't say hello, and everybody else that I can't see now.
If they want to just take a screen grab now, they can watch it live forever because that's what it looks like. Just you talking to yourself.
Well, you're a camera guy. You follow me, camera guy? What else could we do?
Get a couple more cameras here. Get a
Don't
switcher.
you have cameras? I mean, we all have cameras, actually.
What if we do the old paranormal activity trick? You put it on like the oscillating fan top, so it just goes back and forth the whole time. You saw that movie, right? We saw that movie together. Did
no,
you?
I didn't go because that was my movie night and you all walked out.
Well, I've started this show.
You all
off.
left. You all left, and I went home to cry about it.
Well, you guys. You remember.
I remember being really disappointed.
You put it on a Lazy Susan in the middle, and then just whoever talks just
spin it. I don't. Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Although the wire might get
Wire,
a little crazy.
All right.
Yeah, you drill
3-6.
a hole in the middle of the Lazy Susan, crack this open a little bit, run the wire down to the bottom so that it has room to like.
Sounds complicated.
We'll call Rob.
We need to talk to John the Savage. He can figure it out. No problem.
Oh yeah.
Bob Vila over there.
He'll make us a
Science.
chemical camera.
Men in
I was
tool
talking to my
belts.
dad the other day about why Bob Vila left this old house a million years ago, and apparently my
Found
dad
a new one.
says
One problem.
he thought they were getting to be
Termite.
too like
Termite issue.
fancy with their houses. Like Bob was about like teaching like
It's this old
regular
house.
Joe
Yeah.
Schmoes
Oh,
what they could
that's
do in their
cool.
house, and it started to move away from that. And he was like, "Not for me."
Yeah. No, I can get that,
But
I can see
Norm's
that
still
because
there.
now that's all they are. It's
Norm
like
Duke.
With integrity.
Norm, yep, Norm Duke. Who's Norm? Who's Norm Duke?
Norm Duke is the youngest man ever to win a PBA
That's
championship
correct.
so far.
Hello, Johnny.
a precious boy of
and
America
guest
championship.
And Nintendo. All right, so you brought this up and it's video game related, so we'll talk about it. Peter Molyneux, who has worked on Fable and Black and White, and
That
Fable 2.
what was that game he worked on in the 90s?
yeah,
They,
something's got a P in it.
Put a P in
they
it.
like remade it recently.
Populous.
Could be me.
No.
It's just you,
Nintendo's in
it's just
there,
you
he
in a
knows.
swimming pool, and you gotta get out before you pee. in it.
Nintendo knows everything. Well, you know who he is. Doom Michaels was.
It was kind of like Shadowrun. but-
Doom Michaels was talking about a
Well, he also
big
did. Was it
interview with him
Milo?
that came up today.
Milo.
Yeah, Milo. That's right.
Oh yeah, Milo.
Everyone's
Because-
favorite freaky boy.
Mr. Molyneux has been getting in a bit of hot water lately because he's doing the same thing he's been doing for like the last 20 years of his career, where he's like
Making lots
over
and lots of
promising
promises.
and under delivering, if delivering at all. But yeah, Rock Paper Shotgun did an interview with him today because his latest Kickstarter was for a game called Goddess, which was going to be a mobile game, and somebody won a contest that was going to get them in the game, and they were going to get a cut of the revenue of the game, and that was like 2 years ago, and the game's still not out. And like half the team has moved on to another project, and the team that's still working on this game is like a skeleton crew and blah, 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 blah.
It cleared.
Populous
It cleared the
says it, and
Kickstarter,
that's
and
what I
it
was
made
trying to
it,
think
and
of.
it went into production.
Got more money than they thought. And he says they still don't have enough money. And Rock Paper Shotgun was like, you've been making games for 30 years. Don't you have like a rough idea how much games cost? And he's like, no, I have no idea. He said more things than that, but basically, no, I have no idea. So as we were saying, the interview, which I feel someone talking to him about all this stuff that's going on and the way he acts, I feel is warranted. But the way that Rock Paper Shotgun was handling it was really like, I think, mean-spirited. I can understand people being
Like a
upset, but if
gotcha
you're going to like
attitude?
sit down as a journalist and interview someone, you're not going to. So
Basically, whoever was interviewing
Did that
him,
just slip out?
excuse me.
whoever
The
was
first
interviewing him, donated a lot of
Like
money
it,
to that Kickstarter, and they want to know where their product is.
The first question.
They want to know where their T-shirt and postcard is at.
The first question.
Where's my t-shirt and postcard is at?
First off, I like your question. The first question to him was along the lines of, "Are you a pathological liar?" Or they said like, "Why are you a pathological liar?"
Oh,
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
mean. That's just rude.
Yeah.
And
right
way
off
to
the
put
bat.
him like on the defensive and not want
Oh,
to.
really?
like.
And he
being a
was like,
nice-
"Do you think I should leave the game industry?" And they were like, "Well, we think you should stop lying all the time." It was, very. I'm
It's
sure
one
it was
thing if
very
he throws the
Oh,
first
man.
punch.
And it was not an email interview. This was a face-to-face interview.
That's horrible.
Answer the question, please. Are you a liar?
That makes
sir?
me not respect that outlet at
Get
all.
him to the GoNintendo warehouse and interview him under
I
some
mean-
bright lights.
He's definitely warranted some scrutiny and interviews and people finding out what the hell's going on. I completely agree with that. But if you're going to interview, you can ask important, tough questions without being rude in the way you're
Without
presenting
being a
them.
total
You
dick.
can be respectful or professional about it.
Exactly.
And I'm the least professional person with anything.
Oh,
and I'd
okay.
say that's
Charlie
garbage.
asks me, RMC, are you a pathological liar?
No.
No.
Wait, but if he answers no and he is a pathological liar,
Oh,
No.
it's
my
getting hot in
gosh.
here. No. Got to take me to
no,
Maury
sir, no.
or
Syndicate.
Steve Wilkos.
That was what it was
Syndicate,
called.
there you go. So that's what's going on. Sinfield
What did he
says,
originally
"Just
do
look-"
that was like worth mentioning or whatever before
Didn't
Fable?
one of you guys like Fable a lot?
He just mentioned something, and I mentioned something too.
I never heard of those before though.
He was doing computer stuff.
It was for the
Like Windows,
computer.
he worked on Windows.
Made Windows, yeah.
That one Fuji song.
I like Fable 2 and Fable 3.
Yeah, I think he had less to do with Fable as it went on, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. He left the studio even though it was like his company. That stuff makes no sense.
Sinfield99 says, just had a look at the Gray Dreams Link hat. Love it. Yeah, we were talking about that last week. We had more people order stuff this week, my mom said. So she says, thank you.
Yeah, she was here last night,
Appreciates
busy as a beaver.
Yeah, she's working on a prototype. I'm not going to say what it is, though, because I don't want her to get roped into making them yet, because she hasn't figured out how exactly she wants to do them. But she's
Is
working
it
on
not a
something new.
prototype?
Are the George Washington wigs?
No,
you're
it's
saying?
not.
She
You
make
know,
a killing.
while you're in between jobs, you should take up some knitting and see if you can do that on your own.
I'll teach you how.
Wait, is she
So-
made a
so-
George Washington wig?
What do you want? A George Washington wig? John Adams?
That'd be cool.
Tom J?
I'll take a Tom J.
I
In
take a
school,
Ben Franklin.
Benji?
Oh, wait.
the second graders are learning about great Americans right now.
Ben Franklin, time is money. I'll never forget that. You know why? Because my teacher, we had like a, were you in?
I had to pay her every
In
class.
second grade,
Every time I couldn't
we were
learn
doing
something
things
fast
about
enough.
like important historical figures, and I picked Ben
Figure.
Franklin figures. And we were doing, we had to pick quotes and use like a fake like ink printing press to make like a piece of paper you hung up on the wall with a famous quote from your person.
Oh,
So I was reading through a whole book of Ben Franklin's, and I found "Time Is Money," and I was like, "Well, that's short. I'll do that one."
Did
So
you
I
discuss
print-
the Dred Scott decision during that?
No, I did not. Second grade, no. So I printed it up, and my teacher was like, "You have all this free time, and this is the one that you pick," and was like yelling at
And
me
you were
about
like,
it.
time is money.
And I was like horrified. And then the next day, she goes up to the board and she's reading through all of them like out loud, presenting to the class, and she gets to mine and she's like, "Time is money is probably one of the most important things Ben Franklin ever said." I'm like, "You bitch!"
Two-faced
I will
slut.
never forget it.
And think about it, like time is
what
money.
grade was
You
that?
did it quickly.
Second.
You got it done.
Stupid.
You did what you had to do. You did it timely.
Right?
And now it's time for play.
See, like if I was my older self and more like confident, she would have said that, and I would have been like, "Well, time's money. Time's money, baby."
Come on, honey. We're talking about Benny Frank here. I don't even have time to say his whole name.
I saw the time you spent making that smiley face on my paper, and
That's right.
you didn't get a lot of money for it.
Listen, Benny Frank was all about the all Ivy
It
Holler.
still sounds like you put more work into that than we did in the Uranus poster.
Way
That's for
more
sure.
work, yeah. By the time high school came around, I was not into doing work at all. All right, let's do Nintendo stuff. So last week I asked you guys to
Try hard in school, kids.
if you want to. Last week I talked to you guys about Webisode 500 of the podcast, which is coming up. And we were talking about potentially
Crazy.
changing how we do things on the show and
500 years.
spicing
It doesn't
things
feel
up.
like it.
500 years. Yeah. And you guys send in emails, and I haven't been responding to you because I'm reading them on the podcast. I have not read them. I just know they are about the podcast.
Are you sure this is safe?
Yes.
You know who else
I can
doesn't
censor
respond
as
to
we're going.
emails? Peter Molyneux.
Oh, God.
Swish.
We're both pathological liars.
Or are you?
Here we go. This is from Vincent. He says, "Just wanted to make a comment for the podcast concerning your idea to change the question section format." Well, I do like the idea
To
of
an
the
answer
Twitter
section.
question. I really hope that's in addition to the forum question. While it is on a bit of a delayed response at times, I rather enjoy being able to submit questions on the forum thread as I think of them throughout the week. Well, I don't think that's a problem. I think we could continue that. Surely we'll just do our one a week
I think you
from
should
the
change up
forum.
Change
and
up your
then do a
question
few more
section
Twitters.
to an answer section. I'd like that.
I
As
think
far
you should answer all of these in a sarcastic tone, but just for radio purposes.
As far as my suggestions, I have two. Number one, all right. So we are seeing if we like these suggestions for future shows.
Are we
Sure.
voting?
Let's see.
Is it an anonymous vote? Are we going to put our heads down and raise
No,
our
it's not.
hands?
It's not gonna be
We will discuss it openly. I mean, and you guys in the chat can discuss it as well. Number one, a segment where you go in depth about one game specifically, mainly a game that has already been released in the past month or so, and answer questions on said game that you can answer. Kind of like when you let people ask questions in the chat about Super Mario 3D World, and you answer them live on the show. Matter of fact, you kind of did that with Majora's Mask on last week's show.
Don't you do that every
While I could not
time Loop's
participate
here?
live, I did enjoy the discussion.
You talk about Destiny every time Loop's here.
Well, I mean,
That's in depth.
you know, it
Holy
depends on
crap,
what's.
that goes in depth.
I can't like
Deeper
every.
than the deepest beehole you ever did see.
Don't even get me started on ascendant charts.
Glimmer!
What's the other thing you gotta? Did you ever do that with Zor or whatever his name is?
Very close this time.
Zor.
Last time you gave him like a 3-syllable name,
Zar?
it didn't sound like it at all. Zur.
Zur.
Yeah, I did.
Zor. Zur. Come on, I just got a
Yeah.
speech impediment. I said it right.
Yeah, it
Zor.
depends on what's coming out. Like when there's big releases coming out each week, it's easy to have stuff to talk about. But when there's lulls, I don't know what we would talk about. Lulls is in dead
Oh,
periods,
okay.
not like laughs.
As in I
Not
did
with
it for
the Zs.
lulz.
So yeah, it's kind of along the lines of what we do already. Like you said, it just depends on what's coming out. Number two.
So like a spotlight, a game spotlight.
Number two, I'd like to see a WWE segment added. Well, we can't do that, but I would like that too. While I realize it's not really Nintendo-related stuff, I've always wanted to hear you guys talk about wrestling and really enjoy it when the topic comes up in the after show. I know you've mentioned a couple times doing a spin-off podcast for WWE News. I'd be all for that and tune in regularly as much as I do the regular podcast. Anyway, keep up the good work, RMC and crew. Keep up the good work, RMC and crew. Keep up the good work.
I'm
So
curious to
everybody keep
know
up the good work.
if he
Everybody
typed that
dies.
question as fast as you wrote it.
Great suggestions. We treat our fans well. All right. I said it was Vincent.
We fight for our fans.
This is from Simon.
Hello, Simon.
How about when you have
Drawings.
multiple
You gotta do
people
what
on the
this guy
show?
says.
How about
Swish.
Well played.
I had to
It
get
took
it
me a
out.
minute.
Yeah, it
It took me a minute. I was like, Simon Belmont, what am I missing?
such a smart joke? How about when you have multiple people on the show, you turn the news segment into a quiz show format? Well, I like this already.
Oh,
Much
boy.
like the UK topical news show, 8 out of 10 cats. I need to look this show up. That way, it enables the podcast team to show their quirky sense of humor, still gets the news across, and encourages audience participation. Add a buzzer for each team, and you're laughing.
okay.
Well, everybody's got cell phones, so doing a buzzer
Wait.
is easy enough.
I want.
But you kind of do that too when we say like Price is Right rules. What do you think? Who
You mean
made
like-
the most games?
When NPD comes around,
And
Yeah.
that might even get me to like start trying to prepare for the
MPD.
podcast. Like
MPD.
maybe go to the site and try to get ready.
NPD.
it's NPD
NPD.
week, people.
Oh God! You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to the site.
So you do like
It's
it's the drama button, but it was
not. It's not really a
Do they
buzzer.
have a buzzer ad? They must.
All right.
Ooh, I like it.
Scott says that's like a wrong answer buzzer.
that
Ooh,
one.
I
that
like that.
wham. That's like that Adult Swim.
That is a whammy buzzer. Like if stop on a whammy. Okay.
I don't understand why they added that.
All right. Scott says in episode 494, my thoughts. That's millionaire when I run out of time.
Time is money.
Using Twitter for
All
question
right.
segment would be brilliant. People could ask with a hashtag. Be limited for brevity. Tweets that get starred will be questions that people would want to hear on the show. You can have a goal of answering 3 to 5 tweets per show because they would be shorter, more interactive. I really like it. Well, we like it too. One idea for a new segment would be stories 5 years ago. That's an interesting idea. You could use your own site archive to highlight something notable, funny, or interesting from the past. You mentioned that podcast listeners probably already read the top stories, and I think that's true. In order to mix it up, you could do something similar to your old GN Nightly format, where you might highlight the weirdest story of the week. Oh, I like that a lot. Or the one that got the most downvotes or upvotes. Yeah, we could do that. I'm going to write that one down. I like that a lot.
Where? Write it down.
You should try having more guests, whether it be Nintendo experts like Nintendo.
Oh, you remember when we did the
Yes.
the conference call
I do.
With
the guy
What was
that
that
made
game?
Insecticide?
Yeah.
Mushroom Man?
I like that game.
No,
No.
Insecticide.
I'm sure if you inform potential guests of your listener base, it would be
Same
worth
company.
their while to record an interview with you, and you can put it at the end or the beginning of your podcast. Yeah, I do like that idea, but I like keeping the show live.
A new developer would be good. Well, you know, like somebody who wants to like.
Oh, thank you.
A
Ugh,
nude
spiky
developer.
But yeah, like if we could have it live, that'd be one thing. But I'm always worried about the technical issues with that.
Skype,
mean-
you mean?
I'm sorry, what does your shirt say?
Something about fish.
Children's fishing clinic.
Children's.
I mean, you know, there's that really slutty.
Did you make
That hole.
that, like
The cleavage
cleavage
cut in
hole?
there.
wow?
No, my necklace cut it in there.
Keyhole? Is that the keyhole? What do they call
He's a
it?
slut tonight.
I also noticed that you mentioned again wanting to do more video content. Well, that's funny you bring that up. So I just wanted to quickly remind you that I'm a freelance video editor. Oh, I need someone to do stuff like that.
Ooh, he'll do it for free. Sweet.
Happy to partner efforts to extend. Well, then I'm going to email you. I hope you're listening. I will email you back. Because well, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to ruin it. Steven.
Hello,
says-
Steven.
Steven is my name.
I'm listening to the podcast. I love it, by the way. It's like a pacifier when it comes to relaxing. That needs to be on the business card.
I don't know if you want to put your phone or iPod into your mouth.
Or any of the podcast crew.
I'd love a segment for gaming history. Go over history of a game character. I was thinking
Game.
almost like game theory, but more RMC style. Talk about your history with the character, favorite games, some past developer comments, or specific games. That might be something we could do like monthly. I don't know about every episode though.
You know, that's not a bad idea either. Like a monthly feature. So like we could do like 5 years ago today, the first week.
Matt Magician, I agree. Matt Magician has a cool idea. He says, what about a real or fake news quiz?
Ooh.
So I collect some of the weird stories and then also make up weird stories and see if you guys can guess the ones that are real.
Yeah. Or a rumor of the week.
I got one this week.
Oh,
so-
okay, good. But this one's
That got so uncomfortable for a brief moment.
That's the only problem.
Wolford Chaser says it's not exactly a new feature, but I've been listening for a long time, and what I would love to see returned is the soundboard.
Oh.
I remember that extra bit edited silliness of video game quotes that all made us laugh, from "What is a man?" to Mario sound effects. I'd understand if that is just part of the past and isn't feasible to return back in the day when the podcast would play background music. Blah, blah, blah. Other than that, I congratulate you for making episodes for the past 9 years without missing a week. That's an impressive feat. Good luck on your ideas and stay awesome. Yeah, like I said, I am a huge fan of the soundboard. The only problem is whoever does the soundboard doesn't really get to like interact because they're so worried about hitting the right thing at the right time.
I do it, but I'm not funny enough to do it. Like, I don't
We have
to.
one more from Kevin. Is that the link to the soundboard?
That's your soundboard.
Kevin PDZ, he says, number one, it would be nice if,
Wait,
and this is an example of why we
did
can't
that in
have
their
it.
history or something?
I found
I
the link
just searched
recently.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's still out there.
Do a barrel roll.
It would be nice if
There's
the
a
music
delay, though.
section
There's a-
were
it's like a
longer. I know that there are typically 10 songs played. Increasing the music count to 15 seems like a nice, large number. 20 songs might be way too much. Of course, it depends on whether you guys are receiving enough songs each week to justify doing more than 10. Yeah, I think 10 is good where we
Yeah,
keep
like
it.
right now we have about 90,
Don't get too cocky.
92, 93 songs. So, I mean, we could blow through those.
And where can
fast
people
if-
send those?
gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Number two, it would be cool if you added a new section to the podcast.
It sure is boring around
It's
here.
not coming back. It's not coming back. It would be cool if you added a new section to the podcast called Retrospect. In this section, you would select one or multiple retro games from past Nintendo systems to discuss in depth. I like that idea, but I like it better if you guys suggested the game. Like each week, I would have you respond to like a tweet or something and you suggested the game.
And you got to tell us why you're suggesting it. Like, you got to
Yeah.
give us a good reason for it.
Number three, another suggestion for questions. Oh boy.
Is it you?
That was Peach.
Oh, right.
Another suggestion for question submitting is to ask each week on
Hurry
Facebook.
up already.
Anybody has
Timing
any
is
questions
perfect.
they would like to ask on the podcast? I know you said you were planning on possibly using Twitter too in order to have the current questions. I would certainly use Facebook for that sort of thing. I hope that helps. Can I wait until GoNintendo's 500th episode?
Who's gonna
GoNintendo podcast? I've been a long-time listener. Keep up with the awesome work as always. Thank you for your suggestions, guys. I'm always open to more.
Is that it?
Well, I could spend the whole show doing it. That's it for now. We have other things to do, like NPD. But yeah, I'm always open to those ideas. Like I said, there's a couple that I really like, and I guess I'll figure things out getting closer to episode 500 of GoNintendo podcast.
Listen, you got me for another like 25 minutes, and then I gotta go.
I reached out to Phantom Egg on Twitter to discuss having him make a new intro for the podcast so we could have something new with 500 from there on out, because we've had his song for a while now, which I love. So I would love if he would work on a new song. I haven't heard from him yet. I just got in touch with him yesterday.
What about like Sam Smith? A Sam Smith song.
I don't even know who that is. Am I
About
old?
Fuji song.
He's the guy who rips off Tom Petty.
You made a career out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about Uptown Funk? A lot of people are digging that tune right now.
Yeah. Or what about
That's that guy that dances
Bruno
like Michael
Mars.
Jackson. Yeah.
Hmm.
He's talented. I don't like his music, but he's talented.
Well, that one Vine.
Oh, yeah.
He's way talented.
Oh, like
Wish I could
Have
find
you
that.
seen it?
That's great.
Oh my!
Bang it on that trip, I can do it again.
It's so funny. There's something so
It's
funny about
his
it.
music video, but someone else like terribly singing over it.
This is gonna be good.
And hitting like the highest of high notes badly.
Bruno.
It's so good.
Mars Vine.
Do I need to know the song that
Nope.
he's singing?
That's good.
that's old.
This might be it. Let me give it a shot.
Are we still doing the podcast?
Nah.
There's a podcast now? Oh, of course it's not. Oh.
Somebody said
Alex
that.
Rady.
Play. There's no play button.
All right.
So, GoNintendo podcast. Webisode.
All right, well, then
close to
you
500.
want to do music now?
Yeah.
Since you got a boogie?
Oh my god, I'm messing with the format.
Well, she's got to go. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna hit the dunes
We'll
later.
just
Head out into the desert. Oh, that's another documentary.
plug
I wanna
ourselves
watch.
in.
Into the desert.
Jodorowsky's Dune.
Oh yeah, I want to see that too. Actually.
Let's watch it together.
All right, everyone. Here we go.
So how's your meal? Scale of 1 to 10.
I'd give it a 9.
Ooh,
Whoa, that's close to the top.
A delicious meal. It was really good. It was curry and quinoa and kale and eggs
I thought you were in a rush here.
and onions.
I just want to say,
good despite all
I
that.
passed a truck. I passed a truck the other day that said Mongolia Beef Company, and I wanted to take a picture of it, but
What I
I
saw.
passed it too soon, too quickly.
What did I saw something about. It was a weird like meat technologies or something like that. Meat innovations. That's
I'll
what
show
it
you
was.
those.
It was a box truck and it said meat innovations. And if I hadn't been
You got a
driving,
lot of ideas.
I'd have taken a picture. All right.
We're doing stuff with meat that you wouldn't even dream of. Your grandparents had no idea we could do this sort of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, like didn't the Mongolians like heat their meat by like sitting on it when they were riding horses? They would
Yes.
like, put it on underneath
Mongolian.
their saddle or something gross.
That
Whatever
is
they
the
did.
raunchiest
Mom, rate
thing
song
I've
number
heard
1,
today.
please.
Song number 1 comes to us from
I don't know.
Be Ready to Get Noticed.
Senpai. I mean Nate Senpai.
Yeah.
Notice me, senpai.
Oh, this
Well, I know it's Mega Man, but
It's from
no, it's got to be Smash Brothers.
yeah, I remember from the trailer.
I feel like it's just mini bosses playing.
It is. Is Dan in the IRC?
He is.
Wait, that
yes.
song is in Smash Brothers?
The 3DS version.
Oh, that's
I believe it's
crazy.
in both.
Well, this one was from the 3DS. All right, so that was from Nate Senpai, and it was Super Smash 3DS.
Super Smash.
Here comes one from Growthy406.
Growthy. I like it.
I like it.
Cardio aerobics.
I feel like I know this.
He said it's not a well-known game, but it's one of the first songs that from a game that like stuck with him.
How about I got that. I know this. I definitely know it. Do you have a system?
We.
Is it a download title?
Oh, is it retail? Is it that game where you give plants haircuts?
No.
Bonsai Barber.
Oh yeah.
How about oh, why do I know this?
Chibi Robo?
No.
I'll never get it. Just go.
You guys give up.
Wait.
Spy Fox in Dry Cereal.
Oh yeah, I know it. I didn't play it on the Wii, but yeah.
That was from
I mean, it's a real old game.
Growthy406.
So it was download on the way?
Retail.
But it was an old game? Like how old?
Yeah. Like
Super Nintendo?
No, it wasn't. It was on computers only.
Spy Fox
To my
in
knowledge.
Dry Cereal on the Wii.
In dry cereal.
That sounds like a game Luke should play on a live stream.
Maximilian X sends us this one.
Oh, why do I know this?
Is it a Castlevania game?
I think it's an RPG. Xenoblade?
Nope.
The last story?
Nope.
How about Fire Emblem or Bait and Kaitos?
Yes.
There you go.
Peyton Kaitos. Remember that?
Bait and Kaitos.
It was Bait and Kaitos, and it was from Maximilian X.
Is that done by Konami too?
Konami.
Here comes
Capcom?
one
I mean,
from Link601.
I don't remember who made it. Alright, it's Game Boy.
Sure is.
Barbie something.
No.
Wario something.
No.
Grease, the movie, the game.
Yeah, right?
Nope.
Is it a licensed game?
No.
Game & Watch Gallery or something.
Nope.
Man, I like this one.
Did they have Game & Watch Gallery for Game Boy?
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, you missed Donkey Kong.
Wah, wah.
He was here?
Wait, regular Donkey
Like
Kong?
Donkey Kong 94.
Donkey Kong 94.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the Game Boy.
One of the best Game Boy games ever. And unfortunately, I don't remember that song.
And that
You
was
own that
from
game?
Link
You own that game?
601.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. And I even bought it on Virtual Console, too.
Here comes a little ditty from Alien Boy VA.
Speaking of Donkey Kong.
Little Diddy.
Thank you.
Village
This
people
sounds like a Wario game to me.
It's not.
This sounds like a Wario game to me.
the retro NES.
Yeah, we've been doing real bad with music. What system is this?
3DS.
How about Cubic Ninja?
No.
Is that Final Fantasy rhythm game?
Huh? What the hell is this?
Dream Trigger.
No.
Is that a thing? That sounds awesome.
Dream Trigger? Dream Trigger. Go ahead, read them. How about collectible badge something?
This one's gonna hurt. Alien Boy VA sent us Tomodachi Life.
Man.
It's the
I don't-
popularity ranking music.
Oh, okay. All right.
You wouldn't know anything about it.
Only the popular kids.
All right.
When you're at the top of the list, you don't got to check to see who's
That's
under
right.
you.
That's right.
This one comes from
Oh.
Kazo.
Finally, something we know.
You got it.
Man, this is Konami's great music.
You know, the turtle's just a huge line of coke.
All right, go ahead. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Beep-bap, beep-bap, ba-ba-ba.
So that was from Kazo. Or
Very much
Kazoo.
so. It wounded me. That's how it sounds.
And it was Turtles in Time
Dark turtle source.
on the
Alley
Super
cat,
Nintendo.
please.
Sal, your pal sent us this badass tune.
It's like every band that everybody listened to in high school.
Really?
Little big fish, real big fish. That's what it's
I have a parenthesis.
called. Is that a system?
You have a guess?
Well, it's all right. It's not GBA. I know that for sure.
This sounds like the song that Demi Moore sings in
I'll guess.
One Crazy Summer.
I don't know. No, I don't know. I can just tell you it's
What
not
it is, One
GBA.
Crazy Summer, the movie, the game.
GameCube.
I don't
Get the
know.
soundtrack for that?
Odama? What is that game called?
I don't know.
It has an
Odama.
version.
I don't know.
I had it on 16 millimeter.
Animal Crossing on the GameCube.
Oh, the original? What song is that in Animal
It's a
Crossing?
KK something.
Oh.
16 millimeter film.
You know, if I heard KK
DVD,
singing, then maybe I would have known it.
VHS, whatever you
So it
want.
was from Sal, your pal, and it was Animal
Oh, the
Crossing on the
soundtrack, no.
Cube.
Man, we're doing terrible.
I don't think they made a soundtrack for that movie.
Here comes another submission from my good buddy Guy Bonds.
Ooh, I know this.
I shouldn't know.
Well, go ahead. Don't tell him.
I'm not going to put my mouth.
Is this one of the Super Mario Brothers?
Yep.
It's gotta be. Man, it's good. It's Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
That's like a desert overworld or something.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
I got one. It's been
got
like
one.
weeks and weeks.
So that was from Guy Bonds, and it was Super Mario 3.
Not only
And
did
it
you
was
get
the
it, but you were like,
most
I got this.
recognizable game
Oh,
music
what was
ever.
it? What was it? Oh, it's this specific point in this game when you person, if you do this and do that.
Are you
it's-
suggesting
that
that
you-
I cheated?
no,
Because
that
I
you-
could have cheated this whole time.
I
He's
didn't
saying you were
say-
playing
I'm saying you killed it.
like, oh, I don't know it.
Oh, well then,
You totally
You got me.
thanks. I
You've
think-
been hustled.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
you're saying
hustled us.
I got you. You're saying I got you hustled.
This one comes from Wired. Come on now.
This is Art of Balance. I love this soundtrack. Oh, the Sheen Ends games have such great soundtracks. It's not a good quality version of the song, but yeah.
It's the 3DS version.
I've been playing that on Wii U. Such a fun game. Good for multiplayer, easy to pick up and play for anybody, no matter what your skill level is, and you get great music when you play. I played this with my dad, and my dad was like, "Ooh, these songs are great." I was like, I know. Got my music tastes from somewhere. All right, go ahead.
All right, so that was from Wired, and it was Art of Balance, Touch on the 3DS. Last song, and it's from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks.
Whoa, don't curse.
I want to guess it's NES. But,
It is.
this is familiar.
The bass line is really familiar. Vaccine.
Sounds like it could be late Capcom, where the music wasn't as good, but I like the song. It's not Little Mo.
Solar Jet Man.
Man, this is a song. This is really cool. Very different for like NES type music.
Anyways, the bass
I
line.
don't think so.
Street Fighter 2010. I don't know. I got nothing.
Well, the song you didn't get was from Legendary Wings
Oh, we played that. We played that.
That's my game.
on the NES.
Where were you, man?
I don't remember things.
Was that Capcom?
He doesn't remember things.
Come on.
He doesn't even know where he is right now.
Come on.
I think that was Capcom.
I think it was, but I remember Capcom.
Well, at least my
I don't
Capcom guess
know.
was right. Well, we did terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part is then we got to do the
I
rest
feel bad. I just want the show to be over because of how poorly we
because of
done.
our failure.
Ugh.
Well, that's all right. We don't have a lot of time.
So what are we going to talk about now?
At MPD.
Price is Right rules MPD. 5 right, 5 wrong. We didn't do as bad as I thought. Halvesies. I'll
You
take
did
halvesies.
half as bad as you thought.
Thank you, Judge Judy.
The drunk Judge Judy video that you showed me is so good.
I got to show it to Nikki Hill.
Yes.
Yours.
Hey, listen.
Thanks, Mom Brain. Thanks for joining
Thank
us
you.
while you could.
My pleasure. I wish I could be here longer. There's stuff in the kitchen. I'm sorry, I'm leaving a mess. I gotta empty the dishwasher to reload the dishwasher.
I don't care.
Well, you know.
But thank you.
I don't clean.
I'm not bothered by that
I
stuff.
don't clean.
I'm the one that
don't
cleans
clean.
this joint. Okay? All right. Well, before I get into news, I'll talk about the other things. So, as you know,
Let's talk about the other things.
been doing. I've been saying I wanted to do more videos for the site, and now we are good to go. Everything is taken care of. Everything works correctly. I'm
It's
probably
been quite
jinxing
the
us,
process.
but it works. Thanks again to Game Explain for his suggestions on getting things working because they helped, and thanks to random internet forums that I went to because your suggestions help as well. And now I've done two direct feed videos which worked perfectly. You can get them on the top of the site. If you go to the top of the site, you'll see links for them in the Go Original Content section. I tested it with 1001 spikes, so
I
you can
watched
see
one.
that.
It was cute.
I impressed myself. I did really well.
Yeah, it was good. And, then, and I like how when you talk, it like it
Fades out the- yeah.
music and stuff.
Nice, right? I had
Very
somebody ask me
professional.
how that was done, and I was like, "That's actually just part of the software."
You
So.
should tell people that you painstakingly do that.
I can do that. So you can check that out if you want to. Obviously, if you're watching our stuff on YouTube and you like it, if you do like it, thumbs up on videos helps. And if you really like it, you could subscribe to the channel on YouTube and get all this stuff. I think the channel's name is like Raw Meat Cowboyable. I think that's what it is. Because the way Google had their
Something that
things,
wasn't weird.
the way that Google had their things set up, and when they started Google, what the hell is it called? I think nobody uses.
Google Circle, Google Plus.
Google Plus names got incorporated and all that crap. So I'm pretty sure it's Raw Meat Cowboyable, but just go to Go Original Content on the site,
It's even funnier
That's
the
much
second
better.
time.
and you can look on the. You can go to the video and just subscribe that way. So we did that video, but more importantly, last night I made a video for the ages.
Oh, I saw it.
My mom and
was
dad
good.
were
You mean
here.
for the older ages?
Yes.
Oh!
And they were playing Super Mario Brothers 3. So it's me, my mom, and my dad on microphone as they try and conquer World 1 of Super Mario Brothers 3. And
You did great.
yeah. I will say it's super. I found it super entertaining, but not because they were doing well. So watch that video. I think
you're a
it's
jerk.
pretty funny.
You're a jerk.
Did
Why
you
would
see
you do
that
that?
one?
I only saw the like 10-second Instagram
Oh,
thing
yeah.
he did, but that was funny too because you wonder why like these games have like a time limit because you very rarely run out. But then you're watching like I guess your mom just like walk back and forth.
No, that was my dad. My mom, like, she beats
She
levels.
understands
She's
games.
okay, but my dad, the idea of pushing like
left to right.
2 buttons at once, like, blows his mind.
You know,
So,
I could see
With
that
one
whoever
button
was
being
playing
directional.
yeah.
couldn't jump at first. You know, it was just
Yep.
like
Yep. Yeah, using the Elgato Capture HD software that came with that thing.
the cat.
So yeah, check that stuff out. It's been a lot of fun. Also, I would like to thank Nintendo because I found out that Connor, a reader at the site, got in touch and he emailed me to let me know that if you go to Amazon's listing for Majora's Mask, so you go to Amazon.com and type in Majora's Mask, you get the official product page. And just like any other product page, there's like the price and how you can get it shipped to you and all that stuff. And then underneath is like the official description of the game that the publisher puts out and they put together and then they put it on the site or they send it to Amazon and Amazon puts it up. So they have on Majora's Mask 3D, they have the whole explanation of the game and synopsis and stuff like that. And then they have snippets of reviews and they included my review in there. So thank you very much to Nintendo for doing that. I had no idea. So you can go check that out and take my recommendation. It's a good game. I think that's all that other stuff. Now we can do regular news. What are we at? Yeah. All right, so there was a rumored canceled Metroid game for the 3DS. It was going to be a
Whoa, whoa!
Good night, everybody. It was a 2.5D style, like side-scrolling Metroid game. And it was worked on by a pretty popular Western developer, but we don't know who it was. There's a 30-second prototype video that's out there somewhere. Someone has it. And the video showed Samus running through a series of corridors and ending up in a boss fight. The boss looked like Kraid, but the art style was slightly different than usual. Samus was depicted as being more thin and athletic because, you know, she's like super fat in the other games. Nintendo shot down the idea, and they didn't want to take the series in the 2.5D direction because this was at the time when Metroid Other M was getting poorly reviewed. So the project was shot down and was never meant to be.
2.5, what is that? Is that like the crop corner shot?
I don't know.
Is this
Did you see what Metroid Other M looks like?
Oh, so it's like
that.
2D, but like the camera would move behind
Yeah,
it and like
yeah.
move around.
Yeah, except
3DS would be a cool place for Metroid.
it would be nice, yeah. But Metroid's taking a break right now.
Yeah, the other thing about that too is people were not really thrilled with the story, you know, right?
That's
Remember me?
The main
gameplay. I didn't really have a lot of issues with.
Yeah,
Like,
my
there
only
were some
issue
hiccups.
my only issue
It was-
having to switch to first person to shoot missiles and
Yeah.
not being able to move.
Yeah, there were things that needed to be refined, but storyline killed it
Right.
in a bad way. It was rough.
Storyline and voice acting.
Voice, oh god, it was like the perfect combination of terrible story and voice acting.
When are we gonna get
So now that's what
Disaster
happened.
Day of Crisis?
We're not. Well, now we might be able to because they do Wii Virtual Console service on Wii U. So it's when they announced that, I sent out a tweet to Nintendo America right away, and I was like, "Where's Trace Memory?" Whatever that was called. Master of Monster says, "Never again do I want to see the words Metroid and canceled in the same sentence. I would prefer a full 3D Metroid like Prime, or a traditional Metroid though, and I still believe they're working on one of each." We heard that they're working on one of each. I would be very surprised if Retro isn't working on a new Metroid game. I'm sure Retro would love to do a Prime game.
They're probably
for
working
Wii
on
U.
a new
Man,
Donkey
that'd be
Kong.
sweet.
They did their Donkey Kong game.
They did 2 Donkey Kong games, didn't they?
They did, yeah, because the first one was so
Maybe
successful.
they'll work on a third one, just like they did 3 Metroids.
Now I was
Right?
upset to hear that they were working on another Donkey Kong, not because I didn't like Donkey Kong, but because we were all hoping Metroid, because Other M left us with a bad taste in our mouth. But Tropical Freeze, it's one of the best platformers I ever played. Retro is an amazing company. They're really good.
You know, they need that Donkey Kong Trilogy box set.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It's going to come in a
Let's skip that.
metal banana case.
I like that idea.
That's my rumor of the week.
But it's true. You're up this week's digital downloads for Nintendo, because I know he's paying attention. Because of time, I'm skipping stories. I'm picking the bigger ones. All right, so European downloads this week. They got Ironfall Invasion. If you don't know what Ironfall Invasion is, it's a 3DS exclusive game. But picture Gears of War, but for the 3DS. And it supports the new 3DS and a new 3DS XL. So if you want to use the extra C button, the C button to use as a camera, you can do that. This game does have online multiplayer, and you can work together or play against each other.
How many 3DS games have online multiplayer? That one?
Not a lot. Allows up for 6 players to face off in local and online multiplayer scenarios with 6 different arenas, classic modes from 3 versus 3 to free for all, and even the ability to bet in-game credits on how you're going to do. And this is tied to a player's XP rank. And you're betting on your chances of winning a match. On top of this, there's a survivor mode that gives you the chance to train solo and hone your skills against computer-controlled opponents, so bots, which is something a lot of us ask for in games, but they don't do anymore. Now available in Europe and North America, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. You can get it on eShop. You can get it at retail. Well, good luck finding it at retail.
Right?
Yeah.
It's coming out for the 3DS now. That's nice.
Yeah.
Who saw that one coming?
Lots of people. After Ocarina of Time 3D. So it's available, and hopefully you got your copy and it wasn't canceled on you, especially if you were getting the new 3DS XL.
I've heard a lot of people hate on that game.
Yeah, a lot of people hate on that game because they didn't play it.
You're playing through it now?
I beat it.
He played it on Wii Virtual Console.
Virtual Console.
When?
It was years ago.
Years ago, man.
Oh, I thought you
that was a
hated
good
it
one.
so
Yeah,
bad that you were
yeah.
never going to try it again.
And that was before he played it.
That happened
Again.
a couple of times, actually. I've tried to play that game like 3 times.
And how long did you get into it before you quit?
Each
Listen,
time was
hey,
very
listen, I'm
small-
stopping this
small,
conversation right now.
No, I want to know because
No.
I want to know how much I want
Stop.
to get involved with it.
I am so proud of this man and the way he's playing games lately. We are not going backwards. We're going
No,
forwards.
I'm not it.
But I
Submit
beat-
your questions
but
to me and I will answer.
But I beat Majora's Mask anyway, so I don't have to feel bad about
Right.
Yeah,
About
stop
my
being a
false
dick,
starts.
Nicky Hill.
How frustrating was it? How frustrating was it before you were just like, I've had enough?
Well,
That was the old.
You have to. Get
I'm just asking. Just let the man answer the
I
question.
had to get. It wasn't. It was only frustrating because I was letting myself get psyched out.
I just want to know time-wise.
By the time, exactly. But so, like, I don't know. I probably gave it like an hour or 2 hours, maybe tops. But I'm good now. I beat it. I gave it all the hours I needed.
Because I've put in a lot of time in some games, and then I'm just like, forever.
Have you ever played? I mean, I know you've played Zelda games, but you're not like, when I look at you, I don't think, oh, there goes Nicky Hill. He loves those Zelda games.
I
He's been
enjoy
getting
them,
more into them in
but I
recent
want to
years.
play it, and like
Well-
sometimes I have trouble. Like
Well, Majora's Mask 3D does a lot to make it more welcoming to people.
What
Like
other
you still have
games
the
did
3-day time limit and all that, but now
Oh,
the Bomber's
which-
Notebook. Before it used to be forward, you get it very early on in the game. You used to be able to fast forward like by 6 hours, and when there's certain things you have to do on certain days or certain times, you'd have your 6-hour fast forward, and then you'd have to do whatever. But now you can play a song to change to a specific time. So if you have something to do at like 2 a.m. one morning, you can play a song, and you, with the Bomber's Notebook, go right to that time.
it's real time.
And the Bomber's Notebook lets you know like where a specific event is happening, who's involved with it, when it's going to take place. Like, so when you meet someone, all that stuff is entered into your book automatically, and you can say like, I need to meet so and so. Where are they? And you can go through your
So, in
list and
your
see, oh, they're
opinion,
here
is
at
that
this
good or is that take away from the experience?
No, because I don't think that added into the experience of the original. Like that wasn't like something. That wasn't like a mechanic. That was like
No, but does
a
it take away?
hindrance on
Does
the
it?
gameplay.
Does that take away from you learning and doing things and discovering stuff on your own or having?
No, you still have to. It's just now, like the Bomber's Notebook was in the original. They've just expanded it more in this one.
And do you think originally they intended for people to have a notebook next to them in real life taking notes about things, and now that's what this is kind of doing?
Yeah.
That's what the notes section and the instruction.
That's
book-
right.
Right. No, well, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
when I played, there were
like
things
when you
I wrote
played the
down.
original Metroid or Kid
Yeah.
Icarus, the freaking levels were like, what?
Well, let's
Which
put
direction?
it this way: it's a challenging game. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the
I
most
think-
challenging Zeldas.
I think another key part of it is
How many
that
times
game
have you
was
played it
made.
since you beat it?
0.
That game was made in 12 months.
So unlike you.
So they didn't have like. I'm sure if they had more time, they would have made
So
things
there's only 3 temples or something?
4.
4. So they
But
put in less
there's a
temples, and
ton
they're
of-
like, let's make this game really quick and put in 4 temples, and we'll have you jump around in time and do all this crazy
It's
stuff.
not really a shorter game though.
Right.
Because
you got to go
and
back and forth.
Mr.
and do-
Al Newman was doing an interview, or there was an interview with him this week.
Who?
Al Newman.
That's what you said.
A Numa. Al Newman.
I know.
I
We're
knew
still calling him that.
He said that going back and looking at games that he's worked on, because that was the first game he like helmed. He's like, it's a painful experience because you go back and you're like, what was I thinking? Like, why would I make the game like this? Why did I do this here? Why did I do that there? And Miyamoto's
Why
like,
did I want people to hate this game? within the
Miyamoto's
first
like,
5 minutes?
you have to go back and look at your old work because that makes your new work better. He's like, doing this stuff is important because then when you're making a new game, you're like, oh, I understand. I should do this way. Whereas he's like, going back is very tough, but it makes you better for your
Right.
next game. So
But did Miyamoto also say it's an awesome game and everybody loves it?
I don't think he says stuff like that.
He flips the table.
But anyway,
Start again.
that's not the only brand new, big, important, super awesome game this week. If you're getting a new 3DS XL, you can also, or a new 3DS, you can also take advantage of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Monster Hunter 4 has finally come here. We have the Ultimate version. Takes advantage of the new 3DS XL and a new 3DS, either one, but you can play it on your old 3DS if you have one of those.
Speaking of monsters, did
Yeah.
you guys see some toy company put out the toy demo, like the toy things for the New York Toy Fair, and they have the new
Are you just trying to say toy a lot?
the Jurassic Park dinosaur, the new dinosaur.
I saw it, yeah.
What's it called?
Iwanosaurus or
It's a
something.
made-up name. I don't know what it is.
It's something Rex because it's like a cross between a Velociraptor and T-Rex, I guess.
Cool. I always
The
wanted
thing that
when I was a
interests
kid.
me is that their Velociraptors are still going without
Velociraptors.
the Velociraptors are still going without
Feathers?
feathers, even though like there's
Listen,
so much
they're
stuff.
trying to avoid a whole, like, evolutionary, like...
Well, there's that. Also, now the new dinosaur that they have has like spikes all over it, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What? So you just can't jump on him and ride him? Like, who's going to be doing that
Gotta watch
anyway?"
the fun-
And he's got
gotta watch the
like
movie to find out.
crazy teeth, like sticking out in all different directions.
I'll go see that movie. I'm very
It's a little
easygoing with
crazy.
movies, but I think that movie looks kind of
Oh,
bad.
what? We gotta go. It's on my birthday.
Oh, I'll go. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be any worse than 3, right?
We're gonna find out. 3 is bad, but I'll still watch 3. Like if it's on TV late at night.
And I
I'll leave
love
it on.
that Chris Pratt.
I was just thinking about that. He is like
Yeah,
the new
he's one
It
of the
guy.
things that I have an issue with.
Why?
I think
He's
it's.
so funny.
I don't know if
Lovable.
it's bad writing or bad acting or both, but that
Oh,
trailer just.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, come on. We gotta find out what kind of dinosaur they were cooking up in that lab. Like, no one can say that. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to decide if it's bad acting
Well, it's
or bad
not like
writing.
he wrote the script. Give him a break.
Well, he's got a video that was apparently like an extra from Parks and Recreation, and
Where he broke that lighting fixture?
no, he was doing like they needed somebody to do like a special feature for the DVD, and he said he'd do it, but he had no idea what to do, and it's like him sitting in his trailer like talking to the camera, and he's like, yeah, they asked me to do this, and I got like, and then he pretends that his phone rings. He's like, oh no, Mr. Spielberg, I can't do the new Jurassic Park right now. He told his own future.
Whoa.
He told his own future.
oh, that was before he got the job. Oh,
Yeah, this
that's
was
fun.
years and years ago. Yeah,
Oh, was it years ago? Maybe he knew about it. Maybe this thing's been on the shelf for
Could
a while.
be,
You know what I mean?
the Nintendo Anime
Waiting for
channel
the
is out on the
technology
3DS.
to make
That is
such a
a
dinosaur. Such a
free
thing.
channel, video on demand service for anime. if you
And
like
here's the other
anime.
thing.
What
They
did you
used
say?
Ford Explorers back then and pimped them out JP style, and they looked great. And now they're in like
Like my dad.
rolly balls. You can't market that. You can't market that.
Rolly balls make for a way better kids toy.
Oh, that's true.
Hamster wheel.
Maybe.
Cat's Toy. The Jurassic Park line of Cat's Toys are going to be huge. DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe and Kirby Fighters Deluxe are both available. Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy Plus.
What's that Kirby game?
That is.
Is it out already? I'm not asking that. When does it come out? When is it? I'm just tell me when the game comes out.
I think the 28th. That sounds
Of
about
what?
right.
This month?
Oh, I
This
get
month,
it.
yeah.
Nice shirt. Just kidding. It is a nice
I'm
shirt.
just kidding. That shirt's horrible.
That is the updated version of Assault Horizon Legacy with amiibo support for special amiibo aircrafts. Undead Storm Nightmares available. Best of arcade games, air hockey, space lift, danger panic.
Say that again.
Best space lift, danger panic. 3D Fantasy Zone is available. That's a 3D update. Oh yes,
Danger Danic.
3D Fantasy Zone is a Sega game. Sega's doing 3D updated classics of their games. And guess what just got rated?
Don't you tell me.
3D Streets of Rage 2.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
my God.
That's going to be amazing.
Not like, like maybe it'll happen. Like done, rated, coming our way.
And like,
There's an Australian rating, but when they do the Australian rating, that means it's coming to Europe and America.
they're doing a whole bunch of their older games. And
Yeah,
you buy
there's some of them on the eShop now.
individually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, I want to, well, let's
Oh,
say.
wait, did they do Space Harrier already?
Yes.
Heroine?
Yes. Or
It's the best guy.
one or two, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But one of them is
Worst
done. Yeah.
guy.
But they're like, I want to say they're anywhere in between like $5 and $10, depending on what the game is. Like Fantasy Zone is $5.
I'll pay for it. I mean, that's
yeah.
good.
SpongeBob Hero Pants is available. SpongeBob, the new movie, did really well. Lots of buzz
Did
about
you
that. It's
expect
the
that
number
it
one
wouldn't?
movie.
You know what's
SpongeBob
doing
is so
really
fun.
well that I had no freaking idea would do that
Kids
well?
movie.
Paddington. Paddington has a critics rating of like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Nintendo says
It's not
Space
that bad.
Lift Danger Panic
You
gets
believe
his
that?
seal of approval, so it sounds like it's a
Would
good
not have
game.
predicted that.
Paddington got good reviews.
The critic rating thing on Rotten Tomatoes is like
Do the
in
critics like the skateboard?
They
Like
just thought it
two
was Ted
skateboard?
2.
Ted 2 takes a much family-friendly approach to. I saw all those themes. There's Ace Combat themes if you want those. Monster Hunter themes, basic color set
SpongeBob
themes
has
for free.
Stop it. Stop with your
Stop with your
Yeah.
Nintendo
Talking
toys.
about video.
SpongeBob got 73% fresh.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
Paddington 98 frickin' percent. Can you believe that?
Yeah, you know why?
And
Because
the
the reviewers
users-
are afraid that goddamn bear will eat them alive if
And-
they don't review that well.
Because they think it's a real talking bear.
Yeah.
And the user rating is 86%. We're going.
There's Majora's Mask themes available. On the Wii U is Black, Red Riding Hood, Blaster Master, one of my favorite NES games, Mappy Land, special offers on Tested with Robots, Trine 2 Director's Cut, which I highly recommend,
Funny
Spy
without being
Chameleon,
stupid.
Spin the Bottle Bumpy's Party, and Knit Underground, another game I highly recommend. Remember, Knit Underground, not put out by Nicholas, but worked on by Nicholas.
Wait, I got that though.
I'm happy for you.
Wait,
Came out in Europe.
Oh, Europe.
We are in North America. First comment comes from Casey44, and he says, "So many games. This pleases my Monster Blade. I'll read it sexually.
Casey and his brother.
Former Rare developers are sick and tired of Rare's garbage,
Thank you.
Dang.
and they're working on a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, and they're heavily
Wow.
considering Nintendo platforms for this game.
Man, this sounds like you're making this
I
game.
know. It's being worked on by a company called Playtonic Games. It's made up of about 6 veteran Rare developers. They're calling the game Project Ukulele for right now. As I said, spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, and they say funding for the game has been secured already, but they're looking to work with a publisher, so they're going to shop it around. But one way or another, it's coming out. And they say, over the coming months, we'll reveal more about our project and future growth plans, and we very much intend to get involved, get you involved, as in fans, and listen to your views on our game's direction. You'll ultimately shape the destination of our project, and we plan to continue exchanging sweet glances across cyberspace at you until we get there. There's a history of working with Nintendo, so we'd naturally love to see our games on a Nintendo platform. If people tell us to make Wii U our target console platform, then we've got the flexibility to do that.
So it's a giant bear or a giant bird with a tiny bear. That
Well, they
gets on
showed
its
like
back.
some teaser artwork. It's definitely like animal related, but
No, wait, did they actually say that they were tired of Rare and their garbage?
not in those words, but they have said like we know Rare fans are upset and we would like to fill that void. Omnipotent Swine. Nope, never mind. Casey44 says, "Oh, please be true. Want it so bad. This pleases my jigsaw pieces."
Everybody's getting something pleased in these comments.
It's KZ44.
He's pleasing
Oh, was
himself
it?
both
He
times.
runs for the top story first comment, so he can do that.
So
We
he
don't
can
need to
please
do
him.
Does he
that.
get
We
paid
don't
for
need
that?
to do that.
That's a lot of time.
He gets
We
paid.
don't need to
in
do that.
pleasure.
Yeah, that's what all that pleasing is about. Pazed in it.
Did I just say based?
That's what
I get
thought.
pazed in it. North
Oh,
America
that's
this
so
week's
good.
digital downloads. What do we get? We got Majora's Mask 3D.
Do you remember when somebody said, "Please stop barfing into the
Yeah,
microphone"?
He doesn't remember, and he'll never stop.
Yeah, somebody complained about all your burping and yawning.
And you
Listen,
said,
if I listen to everybody that complained on the internet, I wouldn't do anything on the internet.
Yeah.
"Wow." I don't remember who made that comment, but I feel
Howard, the king of all
feel
media,
sorry
knows
for them.
like.
The microphone's like a good 3 feet away.
Yeah, nobody could hear that.
Monster Hunter, Majora's
Can they
Mask
smell
3D, Ace Combat, 3D Fantasy Zone, Bleck. On the Wii U Virtual Console, we got Breath of Fire, the classic Capcom game. Bleck. Sales on Ubisoft games, Knit Underground, Paper Monsters Recut, Spin the Bottle, Bumpy.
Hello.
That's a nice Valentine's Day thing to do.
Yeah, imagine like
Bumpy.
a WarioWare game, but like made awkward to the extreme. So it'll be like you spin a wheel, and in a game it's like pretend you're an elephant that has your trunk connected to another elephant, and like you and a friend have to like get up with a Wiimote and like hold it like this and do some other thing with another controller. Real awkward. I like that kind of stuff, but nobody will play it.
Sounds weird.
I like
You'll hold the controller here and doing this.
3DS has Disney Big Hero 6 Battle in the Bay for 33% off.
Boys behave.
Also, Disney's Frozen Olaf's
Drive safely.
Quest,
Not the same.
33% off. 3D Game Collection is on sale. Funfair Party is on sale. Murder on the Titanic is on sale. New themes. There's a sword-swinging Link
Good luck.
NES theme. There's 2 Majora's Mask themes, and there's Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate themes. Guys, don't forget, this weekend is National Street Pass Weekend, Valentine's Day edition. You can go to playnintendo.com for special Nintendo Valentine's Day cards. I'm sorry, Valentine's Day cards. I heard somebody actually say that, by the way, yesterday on TV. There's somebody on Family Feud.
I can't believe by now we haven't figured it out.
Price reduction on Battle Miner and Jet Tail Fin. Also new this week, Ping Pong Candy and Paparazzi. Don't ask me what they are. I can just tell you they're on 3DS. Ping Pong Candy. First comment comes from Cube Enigma, and he says, "Can't wait to go through Majora's Mask again, and I guess I'll buy the good Zelda theme to go with my new 3DS. I bought more themes than I should have. Just saw the non-gold Majora's Mask theme. There's another purchase. Yeah, that's a nice one. If you're looking for what themes look like before you purchase, you can go to Nintendo's YouTube channel, Nintendan1, and he does previews of a lot of themes.
It's not Nintendanable.
No. All right, NPD, here we are. Top 10 NPD for January.
Wait, we
Love
didn't do
this
the
time.
MPD yet?
No, this is it. We're in it. Top 10 games, January 2015. Let's hear it.
Oh, right. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, number 2. Very good.
Madden.
So I win.
Madden, number 8.
Oh, I did it. I made it on the list. I'm done.
2.
Oh man, this is tough. I don't even know what came out.
Yes, you do.
Dying Light.
Dying Light, number 1.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
PS4,
Smash
Xbox
Bros.
One, PC, order of popularity.
Smash Bros on there.
Smash Brothers, yes. Number 6.
Smash Bros.
Wii U over 3DS, by the way. So you have number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, NBA 2K.
NBA 2K15 is number
15,
5.
right.
You have 1 and 2. You don't have 3 and 4. You have 5 and 6. You don't have 7. You have 8. You don't have 9 and 10.
Is this just new games that are out, or
No, it's just top 10 for the month. Whatever those happen to be.
is like Destiny on there?
Destiny, number 9.
What else do people like to play? Evolve, would that be? on
Evolve
there yet?
wasn't out yet. This is just January. I'll tell you, there's another sports
Prince
game
of
on there
Persia?
just to get that out of the way.
Oh, right. FIFA.
FIFA is number 10.
FIFA.
So you got all
FIFA.
your sports games: NBA, FIFA, and Madden.
Is,
NHL.
You've got all your sports games.
Is GTA 5?
GTA 5, number 3
Still?
for PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh.
All right, so you have number 1, number 2, number 3. You don't have number 4. You have number 5, number 6. You don't have number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. So you're missing 4
Mario Kart.
and 7. No.
Is Smash Brothers? Did we already say that?
Yes.
4 is a game that has been on there forever.
Mhm.
It's an absolutely huge game. One of the biggest games ever
All time.
of all time. Multi-billion-dollar franchise. Minecraft. And then number 7. That's all you need.
Castlevania.
Looking at you, buddy.
I played it.
Mm,
Far Cry 4.
you got it. Far Cry 4. There you go. You guys did it already. There's your
Yeah,
top
see?
10.
Good
Really,
games in
really
there
good
too,
job.
other than the sports games,
Right.
which I haven't played, but I will tell you they were bad.
Smash
So you know
Wii
you
U
trust me.
sold another 90,000 copies. That's 1.4
Wait, didn't
million
you buy
lifetime.
FIFA?
Yeah, but I never opened it or played it, and I returned it. I think I bought it just because there was like a sale. There was like a special going on where you
Oh,
get
yeah,
2
that's right.
games. So I kept the one game and then returned it and traded it for a game I wanted when that eventually came out.
Smash Wii U and Smash 3DS both sold another 90,000 copies each. That puts total lifetime sales in the United States alone to 1.4 million for Wii U and 2.1 million for 3DS. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire sold another 150,000 units. That puts total U.S. sales alone to 2.7 million units. Wii U software is up nearly 45% compared to this time last year. And Wii U hardware sales are up nearly 30% compared to this time last year.
30%.
So up
Still
and up.
30%.
Good numbers. Some Nintendo representation in the top 10. Good times. Weird says, well, Nintendo's making great games. It's making a profit, and it's improving Wii U sales. The glass is half full, and this pleases my Doki Dokis.
Pleases my okie dokies.
We're not going to do that because we talked about it.
All right. Okay, let's talk about what's really
Hold on a
on
second.
the
I want to
tips of
say that.
everyone's throats.
Hold on.
Good
I'm
lord.
almost done with news. Awada Asks has officially returned. It's been gone for a long time. Now it is returned with The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, which brought up a really interesting point for the Zelda franchise. It's not that interesting, but I love this kind of stupid stuff. The famous Zelda jingle for when you get an item.
Mhm.
You all know it.
Oh,
That would be it.
Miyamoto's cat meowed like that once.
No. It has unofficial lyrics that the
Oh yeah. I made these up. Like if I was opening a chest and there were bombs in it, I'd be like, "You got some bombs."
yeah.
That's
This is
awesome.
unofficially, or this is what the dev team sings, but it's like unofficial. They're not saying there's actually any lyrics, but if you want to know what the dev team says the lyrics are, this is what they sing. Any guesses? You're never gonna go.
Does it have to do with where the unicorns grow?
No,
I'm sure it's gonna be like the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
it
in my
is.
life.
Yeah, they sing "Goma da Re," which in Japanese translates into sesame sauce. So they go sesame sauce.
Sesame sauce is good.
I don't know why.
I like yours better, Kirby. That's what I'm going to start doing.
You got some moms.
Some
First comment
sesame
comes from
sauce.
Norio, and he says, "What? Do they explain how they came to those lyrics? Read the Iwata Asks."
Yeah, they were probably like eating lunch or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Now can we talk about what's really on the tip of everyone's throat?
No,
Nope.
we're almost done.
In fact,
I have one more
Please
story.
refrain from speaking for the rest of the
It's
show.
probably what we'll talk about.
Mr. Al Newman was interviewed about Majora's Mask, and he said,
Wait, I'm sorry. Majora's what?
You said Majora's Mask.
Mask. He said he was influenced by
Sesame sauce.
sesame sauce. He said he was influenced by a TV show at the time.
Perfect Strangers.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Did you read this?
I thought
Wait, is it really
You told me this like months ago.
Uh,
Like a couple months ago. I could have
Oh,
sworn.
that's why you started watching Twin Peaks.
I told you
No,
why I
it's just
started
a
watching Twin
coincidence.
Peaks.
Reddit.
Maybe I read it.
No,
somewhere.
because I saw that they're bringing it back, and I said, "Well,
Is
now's a
this
good time to get
news
into
or
it."
is this?
This is an interview today.
Wow. Maybe I dreamt it.
He says, while I certainly did watch Twin Peaks, I feel like I watched it quite a bit before working on Majora's Mask. One thing that stands out to me is speaking with Mr. Tezuka, and he's saying there was a certain storyline in Link's Awakening that was inspired by something that he'd seen in Twin Peaks. I absolutely do love that really strange world that was drawn in Twin Peaks, and who knows, I might have carried something forward with me that wound up influencing the creation of the world of Majora's Mask as well.
It's definitely creepy.
There's a whole bunch of other stuff in the interview. All right, Nikki Hill.
What's on the tip of everyone's throat, baby?
Legend of Zelda on Netflix.
We talked about that last week.
That's that old already? I thought that was this
Yeah,
year.
but we
It
weren't
was,
here
it was
last
on the
week.
tip of our tongues last week.
All right, go ahead. Talk about it.
No, what do you guys think? I just want to open it up to the table.
So yeah, Link is going to be in this obviously, and he's going to have to talk with a voice.
Oh no. I didn't even think about that.
I'm sure Gilbert
Also-
Gottfried will do a fine job.
Also, we're not
I don't know if they can afford
controlling him. He moves around on his own.
Doesn't necessarily have to be in it.
John Leguizamo, is he going to be in it?
Hey, listen, they haven't announced the cast yet. They haven't even officially said it's real, so you're open to do your Dreamcast right now. Dreamcast. Pick your top picks.
I don't know.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
know
throw
Bill
it-
Paxton
Bill
was
Paxton,
in?
I was going to say.
Did you know
Bill
he was
Paxton.
in Edge of Tomorrow? I didn't
Bill
know
Paxton as who?
Yeah. Well, I didn't until I saw them. Bill
that.
Paxton
Legend
as,
of Zelda.
Bill
Zel- as
Paxton
Zelda.
Makar. Yeah, let's come up with a couple funny ones, like because we can do any character ever.
Because Bill
right?
Paxton
Like,
isn't funny.
well, no,
That was serious.
yeah, I'm saying not.
Yeah,
the
any
serious
Zelda
ones.
character you want, pick an actor.
Oh, let's see. Let's come up with a good character for somebody. Like,
Well, okay.
I don't know people well enough. I don't remember.
All right, I'll throw a character out there. You give me an actor.
yeah.
Uku.
Steve Buscemi.
Dolly Parton. Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah, they'll just have to do a little bit of CG.
Man, that's
Could
perfect.
John Goodman be the Zora King?
Oh, the big guy that
Yeah.
scoots along? Man, that's hard to be that.
Well, he's just not that he's
Now that he's shit.
Mr. Goodman, your line is irrit.
Yeah, wait, I thought he
You're
lost
right.
weight.
Did he lose
Yeah, he's on that Alpha House show on Amazon.
What the heck is Alpha House?
That show on Amazon.
What
What's
channel is
Alpha
that?
House?
Another
I follow
character.
You get like Channing Tatum to play Bruce.
Oh, you know,
Oh yeah, you know what? I can see that.
I could see that. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty-
Or
all right, so who'd
no,
play
or
Gira-
what's his name?
Who'd be Girahim?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Gira
What the hell's his name?
That's a cool one.
The wrestler, Sheamus.
Michael Wincott.
Seamus could be Ganon.
Seamus says Bruce.
Seamus.
Yeah.
Seamus could be, yeah.
Bruce is a redhead.
What do they call? You know, whatever Ganon's called at the end of Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah, what is he called? I forget. It's called like the Fear or something.
Yeah, like the embodiment of Ganon before he becomes Ganon. What is that thing called? That's who he is. But yeah,
He imprisoned or the...
no.
Oh, that's something else.
Martin Short for Tingle. Says Pip Upwater or Danny DeVito.
Oh, you love
Wow.
Martin Short.
Wow.
Yeah, Martin Short's not making the cut just because of raw meat, but
No, I could see him being a perfect Tingle because everybody hates Tingles. So. What other
I'm
characters?
still trying to think of who should play Girahim.
Oh yeah, go ahead, figure out Girahim. I can't think of anybody.
I think Michael Wincott should play Girahim, but you know me and Michael Wincott. And he might be a little too old to play Michael Wincott now.
Who should play Midna?
Oh, let's see. Renee Zellweger.
Oh
I don't know about that.
no.
I'm just trying to
Come on,
save the
Midna's
makeup
attractive.
artists.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Demise. Thank you, Matt Magician. That's his name. Just trying to think of the weirdest characters. What other? I mean, who's going to play Error?
Nice. Let's see.
Danny McBride.
Yes. Very good.
That's perfect. Perfect casting.
That is perfect.
That's good. Who would play Linebeck?
Oh, it's got to be
didn't we talk
Richard
about
E.
this?
Grant. Richard E. Grant's got to do that.
Yeah, actually,
He'd be
I can see
perfect.
that.
Wait, who's Richard E. Grant?
He's
He's
Oh,
a British actor.
Yeah.
He's in With Nail and
with
I.
Nil and I. By the
With
way,
Nil.
everyone out there should watch that movie unless you're under 21.
Did you watch it again recently?
G-Man Sir
did.
wants to know who Epona is going to be played by. 50 Cent, as IMDb said that one time. Remember that story a million years ago?
It's going to be 2 stunt guys in a horse suit.
It'll be the horse from Craig Ferguson's show. That horse isn't doing
okay.
anything anymore. Emma Stone as Midna in imp form, says Piplup.
Okay, I can see.
I can get into that.
I like it.
Eyes. Yeah, I could see the eyes working. You're right. That's not bad. All right. Well, if you have any more ideas, please feel free to spout them out. Oh, we're supposed to talk about what we played.
Do we have time for that? 'Cause
Oh,
actually,
Richard
I
E.
missed
Grant from Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties.
That's him.
Well,
Why,
he's
that's
been
all
in
you
a
had to
lot of-
say.
He's been in a lot of regrettable
Yeah,
movies.
he
Spice
was-
Girls,
He was in
or
Hudson
Spice
Hawk.
World,
Spice World.
He
Please
plays
get
like
it right.
an enemy.
All right, Kirby, what did you play?
Spice Hole.
Okay. I downloaded Gunman Clive 2. So I've been playing that.
And
It's pretty good. It's I like how there's more colors in it than the first game.
yeah,
It seems a little harder than I remember the first game being.
Did you
But,
beat it yet?
It's DFC.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Forget what level I'm on right now. I also played the demo for Codename Steam, and
and
I'm a little disappointed actually.
oh,
I mean, I don't know. I
What
was
is that game?
Codename Steam.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with Steam, right?
Nah,
it has a lot to do with Steam.
Is it
yeah,
for the Wii?
yeah
for
all your
Steam's-
movement
for
is
the
based on
3DS.
Steam.
I thought Steam stands for something.
It does, but like
but there's also real Steam in the game.
Steam units in the game measure how far you can walk and what things you can perform.
Is it like Steam Boy, the movie?
No,
And it's not like
Other than the inclusion of Steam.
they both have Steam. Yeah.
Steam
Alright,
will
alright.
take-
So, oh, I'm sorry. Is he still talking? Well,
Why are you disappointed?
right. I mean,
not enough Steam.
yeah, exactly. Not enough Steam. I mean, the concept seems it's a good concept, and I like it. You know, it's basically like a steampunk version of XCOM
Okay.
or something. But I don't know. I don't like the art style. And
I don't like the art style either.
Yeah, and I mean like when I say the art style, I specifically mean like the drawings of the characters when like text boxes appear on the screen. It just I don't know. Looks like really I don't know mediocre. And
Yeah, a lot of people have issue
Yeah.
or are taking issue with the art.
and the voice acting, I don't know. Well, I mean the voice acting. It's okay, but I don't know. I guess it's just like what they're saying that I have a problem with. It's just I don't know. Like this one of the guys like gets hurt and he's like, "Oh, that's gonna leave a mark," and I'm like,
Oh, so it's the exact
No.
same as Batman and Robin, which I was watching last night.
and I'm like, I thought people stopped saying that's gonna leave a mark like at least
After
10 or 15
Spaceballs.
years
Well,
ago.
when does this take place?
Oh, that's right. It's the 1890s.
See,
Oh.
that was a new thing back then. He said that, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, I'm going to say that."
Yeah.
This is gonna leave a mark. It's funny because it's true.
3 years.
Yeah, I don't know. The voice acting just
Well, forget it.
kind of reminded me of like
Kirby loves it.
a bad like Saturday morning cartoon.
I think that is done on purpose. Like, I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Why
Like, it's
couldn't
supposed to
they
be
make-
like, oh, you know,
Why
Should've
can they
made
make
a
it like a
good game
good
on purpose.
Saturday morning?
goofy, over the top, like comic book caricatures of people. And
Oh, is that how
stuff
they
like
say
that.
it too? It's like
cartoon?
that's gonna leave a mark.
That makes it better, actually. That's a good
actually,
reading. That's a brilliant reading. Maybe that's what we should do every week. Have Nikki Hill read like game scripts.
That's a great idea. Get lines from games and have him do it.
Yeah.
There's no need for this.
I don't know. I guess that's just not. That wasn't
Can't
what I was
believe you've done
expecting.
this.
Also, when it's like the aliens' turn to move
Whoa! Spoiler.
Like-
alert.
during gameplay, I don't like how like you can't actually see them moving, like because the camera will just like get stuck behind like the environment, like behind like boxes or trees or whatever. So you're basically watching like nothing happen while this turn is happening.
I did not have that issue.
Wait, it is 3D, like first person, or third person,
third person.
but it's a 3D world.
Yes.
Huh? I didn't even know. Judging a game by its cover art, I just thought it was going to be like another 2D game.
But yeah, I don't know. The camera
Should've
just
been.
seems like it's too close, and you know, in like these turn-based strategy games, you're supposed to like have a better view of like the entire map and like where your enemies are.
Am I crazy?
in
Can't you
relation to-
rotate the camera?
You can rotate it around you, but it doesn't like do much good when like you've got all these obstacles blocking the way, and there's like aliens.
I'm gonna
behind
have to
them.
look at it again. Yeah, I didn't have an issue with the camera, but maybe I just got lucky.
You were lucky
So,
with me.
based on your demo experience, buy or not buy?
I'm gonna wait for reviews. Well, I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they'll be bad.
Any other games?
Yeah, actually, I've been playing a lot of Rolling Thunder 2 this week.
Wow.
And,
On the virtual console?
yeah,
or-
and I've had it on the virtual console for years now, but
A curious program, Punch the Powder. Just so you know, it gets you to like level 5 or something.
Really?
Yeah, all the codes are
yeah,
crazy.
they're so
There's your
weird.
dude's
A
ruler.
rolling nucleus smashed the neuron.
Right, that's the
another
one I was trying to remember.
Are we giving out like war codes right now?
Man, I could tell you some codes that'll shake you to your
New
toes,
England
man.
clam chowder.
Oh yeah, so I don't remember why I like suddenly started playing it again, but I gotten stuck like in like the first level because I completely forgot how the controls work. Like I forgot how to do like the high jump that you use to like get onto the balconies.
Yeah, that's
so I was
Which
important.
is physically impossible, but so awesome.
and it's a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, after I did that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot how to play Rolling Thunder. So now I'm up to like level 3 or 4, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like Rolling Thunder.
I love that game. Love the
Yeah, it's a fun game.
love the music. Yeah, I could talk Rolling Thunder 2 all day and night.
Yeah, we had some music from it a couple of weeks ago. It's the one that goes like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I looked up that song in music mode, and the name of that piece is actually "The Residents of Terrible."
It's perfect.
It's
Or
awesome.
perfect old
Or
school like
Residents of Terrible,
translations.
Yeah, that's it.
You play anything else?
That was it.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Okay.
I didn't play anything.
Stu Michaels, what have you been playing?
I played the crap ton out of Dying Light since it came out. I was upset that they weren't giving it out so that people could review it, and I was certain that meant death, like
Usually
it did
does,
for
yeah.
Assassin's Creed. But knowing me, I couldn't leave a zombie stone unturned, and instead of waiting like I told myself I would, I just ended up.
Yeah, you quickly went
downloading
from
it.
like waiting to like
I think
buying
I,
it like
I think
right
I
away.
sent
From
Ronnie
pre-ordering.
a text, like a complaining text, like, "Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Thanks. I'll have to wait a week for the reviews." And then the next day, he's like, "Did you buy it?" And I was like, "Yep."
I downloaded it last night.
Yep. But you know what? I love it. I'm glad I downloaded it. It's everything I loved about Dead Island and everything I loved about Mirror's Edge. And I know that's what everybody says, but it's true. And it's great.
I enjoyed our time together. I'm very excited to get back into it.
It was so much more fun, and I put in a good 30 hours. It was so much more fun playing for that 2 hours with you. Or that hour and a
I
half.
could run around and jump kick or drop kick zombies all day.
Yeah. We got to keep.
Did you beat story mode?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I beat it.
He's seen
I beat
everything.
it in 30. I beat it in 30 hours, and then I've been like messing around, like doing side stuff and just having fun.
But then he did a new character to like get to the part where it lets you play online where I'm at, and then we joined up and we're playing.
Wait.
So when I
So
play
there's no
online,
online mode. You have to get to a certain part of the game that
there is
becomes
online.
co-op.
Yeah.
Well, you
There's
have to
online.
play
You just have
through
to finish the
the
tutorial.
The tutorial. Yeah. You play.
Oh,
for like
so it's
45
not-
minutes
okay.
and you're good. But
Or for me, 2 hours.
dude, as I'm telling you, like I've never had so much fun for some reason playing with you. Like
It's fun.
That
It's
It's the
Like,
closest
fun,
thing
yeah.
to really having a zombie apocalypse first person where you're running around.
And you're not scared.
But yeah, you're not scared. You experiment kicking
I-
zombies into spikes and laughing.
I know. I don't think a lot of
so funny.
podcast listeners are aware that you're a big parkour artist, parkourist.
Well, you know, I was
IRL.
I was
The thing
thinking.
is-
I showed PC the Mario Easter egg in Dying Light,
Yes.
and it was kind of interesting. It got me thinking that Mario was the first parkour, the original.
He is the original
think
parkourist.
They
Yeah.
just, we just call it platforming.
Think about it. He even added more
Yeah.
parkour into his repertoire as he went on. Like Super Mario 64 came around and he did the front did the front flip and like the back flip when you crouch down and wall
triple
kicks.
jump.
Wall kicks. That's parkour 101.
Yeah, that was in Mario 64 too.
Yeah.
He climbed poles and did like the
Yeah,
like the head
see?
stand off it.
Wow.
Did you ever go back and play Mirror's Edge, all of it? Because I remember
I finished the game.
when I first played it, I wasn't allowed to say something because you didn't let me. But now I'm going to say it. One of the
I hate it.
one of the achievements in that when you would jump on guys, jump down off of stuff onto guys, it was the "It's a Me."
That was hard to do too.
I got it like by accident,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was so
nice.
excited to tell him. He's like, "Don't tell me anything about the game. I don't want to know anything about the game. Don't tell me anything."
Well,
and
thank
now,
you for
like
waiting so
8
many
years later, now,
you know
I'm
about
telling
that?
you,
I did, yes.
of course he
Um,
did.
I
He
just
saw it
wanted to
on
make sure it
Reddit.
was safe.
Saw it on Reddit.
I
There's a whole thread on it on
the
Reddit.
climbing in Dying Light is
Flying Dite.
like really satisfying.
Oh yeah.
It feels like you can like if
Is
you
that
see
what all
something
that
you
is on
climb
the
it.
floor here?
Yeah. Once you
yeah,
climbing, I feel like it's all done really well. Fighting once you level up a little bit, fighting becomes very satisfying too. Once you get like all your moves down and stuff, like you can really have a lot of fun just experimenting. And I spent like 20 minutes throwing firecrackers just to get a herd of zombies in one spot and then burning them alive. Like
that was fun to watch.
and that's
yeah.
just one thing, I've been playing the game for hours and hours. Just today, I figured out that you can make exploding ninja stars. So like,
I told you I was having fun with those ninja stars.
so you just like throw one at a guy and he explodes. It's amazing.
You playing anything else?
Yeah, I played. It was a free download on the PlayStation 4,
Oh, yeah.
PSN for the what's it called?
PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus. Transistor.
Oh, nice.
Very good game. Sorry, I was trying to think
it
of what it
old?
was called.
Excellent game. Not like super
It's a
old.
couple of
No.
months old.
It was great. Like I love the art style. I love the way the story is told.
Yeah.
The voice actor with his voice coming out of the PlayStation controller, and the light pulsing when he talked,
And you would love
pulls
this
you
game.
right into it.
You would love this game.
What is it, like a radio game?
The game is all mood. It's like
Yeah.
and like it's
It's about a girl that loses her voice and she's going out to get
so good.
to basically kill the people that stole her voice.
But she's a robot.
No.
It's right up your alley though. You would enjoy
Art
it.
style. I can show it
And-
to you.
and
Art
I was-
style's gorgeous.
There is some like RPG elements to the battle system, and at first it got me very nervous.
I think you might like that better.
but yeah, it's actually really great.
I don't
and
need
it's,
talent.
and when you finally get used to it, it's great because like you can plan out your attacks. It's like you pause the game kind of, and you plan what you're gonna do.
Like you can run up and hit people as much as you want, but
That's probably too.
what is better is you pull a trigger and it like stops everything, and you have a certain amount of like points you can spend to move and like attack.
That sounds
within a
so
certain
boring, but it's really great.
The
Like
way he
it's all
said it.
done.
And
in
a board
way-
game folds out, and you play
Yeah, it's not.
Lucky Hit.
Don't
I
think of
know,
it
it's not a
like.
board game.
Don't think of it as like a puzzle
All right,
game
so, like,
or a
Say like you're moving.
strategy.
You have like a let's say it's an
strategy,
energy
thing.
meter.
No, I know. It's very much like real life. Anytime I want to make a move, I have to spend so many points. I only have so many points a day.
Well, that's why I said think of it like an energy meter.
Energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
Well,
energy.
there's a button to make the girl sing whenever you want, or hum, I guess.
Oh, yeah, sing. She lost her voice, but she
hum.
can sing.
I changed it to hum.
He did change it.
Humming is also done in here.
Look,
Mhm.
it's a really great game. I enjoyed it a lot, and you know what? It didn't beat me over the head with hours and hours and hours. It's like, it's a good length. It's about like 5-6 hours, something like that.
Great sound.
It's not on Wii U.
Soundtrack.
PS4 exclusive.
Let me just
Well,
buy a
it's on
PS4.
PC too.
Oh, and PC. You have a PC?
No, I don't.
Don't you have a Mac?
I have a Mac,
Play it on what do they call that?
Steam,
Mac
Google
Steam.
Play.
Do Windows on Steam. I forget what it's called, or Windows on Mac. I forget what it's called.
Windows on.
So let me get all that stuff. And then-
Parallels.
the hell is this? What is this?
What the hell is this? You play anything else?
I was trying to rack my brain. I don't think I have. I think, to be honest, Dying Light. I'm surprised Transistor even pulled me out of it. And usually when I move on to another game, I won't get into like, oh, you know what? I did. Sorry to keep talking, everyone, but I did play another game. I downloaded like an idiot, but no regrets.
Moonwalker.
Resident Evil Remastered for the PlayStation
You
4,
did?
that GameCube game.
You got it?
I did. But
Well,
I
you're
played
not
it.
the only one. Capcom announced that was their quickest selling digital game.
It's a great game, and I'm glad I get to play. Like, I can't play it on the GameCube anymore. So
Wait. What does that mean? Quickest selling digital game?
It's their fastest selling digital game.
Oh, fastest.
It just sold like there's one copy, and he got it as soon as.
No, like the amount it sold with the time limit.
That's good
Yeah.
for them.
But I mean,
can't sell
nothing's
out, though, right?
there's very
Not digital,
little
no.
changed about it, but it's still. But I mean, it looks beautiful, and it's still fun to play. Like, I love that old style of Resident Evil, and played it through and liked it. I was snowed in.
You played it
one night.
through already? Well, you know it like the back of your
Oh
hand.
yeah,
Oh yeah. No, it took me. I did it in like
I've seen it.
I've seen everything, and she was scrabbling too. But yeah, no, I beat it in like 2 days, real fast. But you get to play through as both characters, and things are different.
Yeah.
That's fun. But like, it just makes me want more of that style. Like, I don't know if they could never make a new one in that style, but they could probably remake like Resident Evil 2, and that's
Nope.
I know
Forget
they
it.
would.
You're going to get your terrible Resident Evil games where it's all out action.
Right.
Well, they're making Revelations 2, aren't they?
Yeah, except they're doing it episodic. Thoroughly mind. But everything I've seen about it has underwhelmed me so far.
Wait,
I'm
was
nervous.
How's Revelations? Was it like original, like old school, or was
It's
it
a
like
good mix of like
4?
old schoolish and 4. Yeah, it's a very good mix of those. That's your only hope for Resident Evil from now on. The Revelations spin-off. Because I don't know what the hell they're doing with the core franchise. They're determined to drive it into the ground. That's like the opposite of Ubisoft. Like, they take a few years to make it, and when it comes out, it's terrible. Instead, Ubisoft's like, we can make a terrible game in like a year.
They released 5 and 6, right?
Yeah.
And each one was like 4.
but not.
Well,
as-
no, like
not good. Like,
gameplay wise and everything, like the way the game.
It was almost like another company saw Resident Evil 4 and they're like, oh, we could do that, and that would be 5. And then an even worse company saw 5 and was like, we could do that, and made 6. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
And then the company that made 6 was like, and we love Gears of War too, so let's put that in there. And
And
That's
you
where we
ended
are
up
now.
enjoying
And the whole thing
Gears
was
of War
directed by-
playing.
I have nothing wrong with Gears of War at all, but I would not Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if it was done well, it'd be a different story, but it wasn't.
Has anyone here played the second set of Telltale Walking Dead stuff, or that Wolf
Oh,
A
the
Wolf
second
Among Us?
season?
I got really close to buying The Wolf Among Us.
I almost did too, but it wasn't in the store.
I think I'm gonna
I just played a
download.
demo for the first episode of Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, I was looking for something to get into, and I was ready to turn on the PS4 and get it, but I didn't. But I think I'm going to.
I was gonna get it for the 360 because that's all I have, and
You can download it on the 360.
I was gonna buy it because I had a
You can buy it on the
$10 thing to Best Buy. It
Yeah,
was there like 3 weeks ago, and I went back the other day and it was gone.
close to getting it. So that's it for you.
I believe so. Yes.
You nothing, you done. What did I play?
Wait, what were we gonna say? You nothing, you done.
I said you nothing, you done. That's in
That's what I thought
you
you
are
said.
done.
You nothing, you done.
What did I play?
Myself.
You played Dying Light with
I
me.
played Dying Light with you.
And
That
you
was a
liked
lot
it,
of
didn't
fun.
you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And
I
I'll never
enjoyed,
play with them again.
I enjoyed playing the opening while you were here because, like you said, that's a dynamic that never happens.
It was fun to watch you play.
Where you have already played something and I am new to it.
That never happens. But I was trying to keep my big mouth shut.
You did a
too.
good job. You
Well,
did a
thank
really
Wait,
good
what
job.
happened?
He had already beaten the game. I had not started it. He wanted to play with me. He was here after movie night. I started the game and got through the tutorial parts while he was here watching.
I'm
Oh,
playing
I
with
like when he
myself.
watches me.
I thought you were saying like there's a mode where like you play through it, and then as a friend you can see what your friend has accomplished, like in the game or something. Which
No.
would be strange,
That
like a
would go
ghost.
over real well.
I played a little Super Mario Brothers 3 just with my parents because we were screwing around. Like I said, you can check out that video.
You had to show your dad how to jump.
Move, how to hit 2 buttons at once. And I played Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I have a North American copy of Kirby and the Rainbow
Can you
Curse,
say
but I'm
that a
not
little
allowed.
bit faster?
Come here, the rainbow curse.
Kirby.
Oh, my machines, man.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
I said faster.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Faster.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
One more time.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Oh.
But I'm not allowed to talk about it yet,
I like
which
as
is
you
kind
got
of
faster,
silly
you
because
also
I know
got
you
quieter.
guys have seen a Japanese version already.
fucking
But
annoying.
man, you need to see that game in person to appreciate how gorgeous it is. Like I knew it was something special before because of the claymation, but seeing it in person is a big difference.
It's funny thinking about seeing the game in person. It's like no, you're always going to see it on your television.
I
You're
mean, like
never gonna see the
seeing
game
like
in person.
videos online and seeing pictures in magazines
Yeah,
instead of seeing
I
it
guess.
on its
What is it,
intended
clay?
system. Yes.
Didn't they do a clay game before?
They did yarn.
That
Please
was
tell
yarn.
me.
Canvas Curse
Didn't they do crayons?
or Rainbow Curse?
Didn't they?
Crayons and yarn?
Well, yarn was Yoshi.
I remember
But
the yarn.
I thought one of the Kirby games was already clay. One of the earlier like
Kirby's
the
Epic Yarn.
or
Yoshi
they like they
yarn?
made it like it was clay, but it really wasn't.
I think that hasn't been released yet. You're not going to help him.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Neither do I.
He's talking about Kirby's Epic Yarn. He's
No, that's been said multiple times. He's not listening.
yeah, I know. That's
No,
the
I know
problem.
Kirby's Epic Yarn. I thought there was a Kirby that was clay before this, or but like made to seem like it was clay. But it was. I'm probably just thinking. I'm probably thinking Canvas
You're
Curse.
definitely thinking of Clay Fighter. Yeah, that
Because
was a
this is-
Kirby game that this one is based off of, but it was not clay. It was just regular graphics.
Maybe I'm just thinking Curse, and that's what I'm going by. Wasn't there a cursed Kirby before?
Yes.
Cursed Yarn? Yarn Cursed?
Kirsty Alley, is that what you said?
No.
I thought you said he's thinking of Kirsty Alley.
Yep.
She's made a
All right, we're way
Change his
behind.
name to Curse.
Let's get to this question.
Let's do the music.
Cartmaster. Hi, friends. One serious question and one fun. You're closing in on 500 episodes. That's almost a decade,
Ooh.
and you haven't missed a single week. I'm sure there's been challenges that make it difficult to do the show at times, but you guys always get it done, seemingly no matter what. I admire such consistency. What's the secret? What keeps you coming back?
This guy.
It's
I'm
important.
so sorry. This guy.
Wow,
It's
that's-
important to do it. We've been doing it. Even if it's just me, it's important to do it. Yeah, and that's the big part. We actually like hanging out with each other. So it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like,
Who?
let's get together, do the podcast, and then everybody like leaves and no one talks to each other for the rest of the week. We like hanging out, so it's a good excuse to hang out.
before in my life.
And now, because we haven't missed a week, I'm not going to let it happen now. It just can't happen. Serious question. I get your joke. He already asked a serious question. Conditions. Assume you enjoy both pepperoni and supreme frozen pizza. You go to the freezer. There are 2 pepperoni pizzas and 1 supreme. You search your soul to find the true. You search your soul to find you truly want a supreme pizza. However, that will leave 2 pepperonis, eliminating the opportunity to
Yeah.
choose your next pizza. Do you reluctantly take the pepperoni to keep your options open in the future, or do you take the supreme you truly desire?
Now, don't Supreme
What is this
pizzas usually have
scenario?
pepperoni on them already?
Yes, but it's not supreme.
What?
Supreme has other stuff.
He's saying you really
Well,
want
yeah,
the supreme, but there's only
it's
one
also got
supreme.
pepperoni.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
do the pepperoni. I'm that kind of guy. I'm the
So
kind of
next
guy
time
that,
you would have the 50-50 choice.
yeah, like if there's 2,
Oh, I see what he's asking.
you know, if there's like 2.
Do you eat the supreme now, which is your favorite,
Mhm.
and the next time you have 2 pepperonis to deal with, or do you suffer through a pepperoni to have a Supreme left later.
No, if you want the Supreme, eat the Supreme.
But
makes
then you
more
have the 2
sense.
pepperonis left.
What am I eating these back to back? Go to the store and get another Supreme.
No, that's
or
not
no,
part
I'm
of the
sorry.
question.
Get
That's
2
not-
more Supremes.
That's not part
because
of the
then you got
question.
2 and 2.
You're in a room. That's it. All that's in here is a way to cook
Here's
the
an
pizzas.
idea. Here's an idea. When you put them in the freezer, stack them alternating, so you don't have to make the choice when you come to it. You know what I mean?
So you live your life by an alternating pizza stack?
Well, if my hardest choice in life is whether I eat 1 Supreme and leave 2
Listen,
pepperonis,
you are in an all-white room with an all-white refrigerator, and the only thing that's in there is these 3 pizzas, and there's a whole group of scientists watching you.
if I want the Supreme, I'm going to eat the Supreme. I can always go back and get more Supreme.
You can't. You
No,
can't.
There's no doors.
These scientists are going to watch me die after I finish 3 pizzas.
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what this is about?
No, this is part of the experiment. They're
Because
gonna,
I have a whole bunch of other questions and concerns
They're-
about this thing. Like,
Yeah, right. They're monitoring
I
your
can't call my
happiness
mom. I
levels after you eat the pepperoni
can't get
versus
my
the
mom to
Supreme.
give me pizza.
No. Afterwards, yeah. But so you're gonna eat the Supreme and you'll be super happy, and then they're gonna be like, look, hour 8, he becomes very depressed because he realizes that only 2 pepperonis
No.
are. All right, so your answer is eat the Supreme.
Well, if that's the case, what are you going to do? You're going to eat the pepperoni so that
I'm just looking for your answer.
Hold
We're
it.
already late.
You're going to eat the pepperoni so that you got a Supreme for later. And then when it comes down to, I've only got 1 Supreme and 1 pepperoni. Which one am I going to take? That's going to leave something for
Do I
later.
have to have the Italian
If you love the Supreme that much, you're going to
Rough
eat both
out.
pepperonis before you get to the Supreme. So the Supreme's your last meal before you die. And these scientists zip you up in a bag and send you off to the bars.
So your answer is what?
That's what he said.
I threw that in. What is your answer
I'd eat
then?
the Supreme.
Okay.
I'd
What
eat
would
when
you
I'm
do?
Jonesing.
Thank you. Shut up.
What would you
Thank
do?
What?
What one would you eat?
What's the question?
Would you eat the Supreme or would you eat a pepperoni and leave the Supreme for later?
Supreme pepperoni.
It's one of life's toughest
Supreme.
questions. Do said eat the
He said he'd eat the pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Supreme. What was the question?
Which one are you gonna eat?
Pizza.
Will you
I'll eat the pizza.
forget it. I would do the Do Michaels. I would eat the pepperoni and leave the Supreme for later.
Okay, seriously.
Again, though, later, you have 2 pizzas. You got 1 pepperoni and 1 Supreme. You really want that Supreme, but once you eat it, it's your last one and it's gone, and you're stuck with pepperoni. You're gonna eat the pepperoni again,
I might, yeah.
and then you're gonna get to the end. And you're gonna go, I don't want all that other junk. I just want the pepperoni.
No.
Let's worry about
You'll want it
what you're
because-
gonna eat, and I'll worry about what I'm gonna eat.
Thank you.
Because
And the scientists be damned.
But I want to go out and get more. I want to replenish my
that's
stock.
not part of the deal. You're gonna eat the goddamn Supreme and then they're gonna shoot you. It's over. That is your last
Well,
meal.
then there's no concern. If you want the Supreme, eat the Supreme.
They're gonna take a stick of pepperoni and punch it through your head.
Take a stink of
T27 Duck says the answer is simple: pepperoni. I am against Supreme pizza. Let it rot.
I like mediocre, not Supreme.
All right,
You
the
get it?
show's gone way too long. Discuss this in the
Bing,
after
bada
show.
bing, bang,
Thanks for
bang.
watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. All right, let's continue this conversation.
Oh, I'm
because we
done.
got to export. So.
Hungry?
conversation. No more of this
Are
conversation.
you guys really hungry for
I'm
Supreme?
Wait, why? You want to know more of this conversation?
Call down to Miller Crying's right now. Hey, can we get a Supreme pizza?
All right, well then let's go
Actually,
back.
you know what?
Let's
Half
go back
Supreme,
to
half
the
pepperoni.
hot dog milkshake question.
Oh God, let's talk about pizzas.
What is it? Southern Comfort, the restaurant that Justin
Hot dog
Timberlake
flavor?
has stock in or whatever he owns part of.
I did
There's
not
like a
know this.
guacamole shake or guacamole like,
Oh, really?
beverage that you can get. And I was shooting something there.
I
I was
was going to
shooting.
puke as you were telling me.
No, I was working. I was shooting a dinner with amongst people, and they ordered it because they're like, okay. And the waitress is like, oh, it's really great. They got it. And they were like,
She's
this
paid to
is
say
bloody
that.
awful. This is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Guacamole.
This isn't edible.
Guacamole.
It's like a guacamole margarita or something, but it was like a thick shake. It was
Yeah, if I was going to tailor that question to myself, I would have done pepperoni and plain. Then that's a tough question.
It's never tough.
It's just
Danielle's
the way
gonna
my
get you
brain
more.
works.
Well,
She's
wait
gonna-
a-
she's
no.
going to buy you
One
pizza.
way or another.
You're putting outside influences on the question.
No, but my thing is that question didn't really have the limitations. There were no stakes.
So what you're going to do is not play the game and just say, I'll buy another pizza. That wasn't his question.
No, but he didn't make it clear that you can't get another one. These are the last
So
three
then
in the
why
history.
bother asking the question? And what if you're just going to be like,
you can get the pizza. I don't know why it matters. You look in your freezer. You got 2 of one, 1 of the other. You want the one. Do you eat it?
Yeah.
You say yes. That's it.
Why the
that's
hell
it.
not?
Yeah.
It's done.
We don't. You do. That's it.
Oh, when there's nothing left, you get more. Period.
Yes, we all realize that. That wasn't part of the question.
Who has got something to say?
Oh,
Who has
thank you,
got-
Let's tell each other
T27.
over the pepperoni.
A pepperoni supreme will be.
You get $1 million. No, you get $100 million.
But you only want to spend 50
Would
million.
you kill a person for $100 million? You don't get in trouble.
Who's the person?
No, not 100 million.
Then why don't you just go out and get more money, Mike?
Go out and get another person. You guys, would you kill a person for $100 million?
200 million? I'll get another person.
Just some random person.
No, I've read this story.
You don't know any of that. It's a random person. You are in a room, a door opens, and the person walks in.
I've read this story. It's bad.
I don't know what he's talking about.
The Box. The story of their Button. They made it into a movie called The Box. You don't know it?
No, I was just thinking of it.
Guy
off
knocks
top of
on
my
the
head.
door and says, and he's got a button inside of like a glass box and says, if you push this button, I'll give you $1 million, but somebody in this world that you don't know will die.
Okay. I would not do it.
I wouldn't do it for 100 million. 100 what? 100
100
million?
million.
Oh, that's a lot.
All right. How about $1 billion? $1 billion.
What am I going to do with $1 billion? Like, besides live a
Live
long
comfortably?
life of sadness knowing that I killed somebody?
All right. Well,
for no
then
reason?
you're saying you can't put a dollar amount on it.
I don't think so. Can I kill somebody? Maybe in self-defense, or like if
Okay.
it was Hitler or some shit, sure. But I mean, I'm not going to kill a random
The person that you might be asked to kill could turn into something like Hitler. You don't know.
Well, if it was, then yeah.
But you don't know until it happens later. And then you go, oh, I gave up $1 billion to not kill this guy? What an idiot.
I can't do it.
Well, you can't obsess for the rest of your life, like tracking the guy and see, like, like he cuts in front of line and somebody, and you're like, damn, I should have killed that guy.
His history is great.
All right, guys, you continue
Oh,
this
he scratched his
discussion
butthole
on
and
your
shook
own.
somebody's hand.
The
What
show's
a
done
jerk.
exporting. The Matt Magician says he'd kill 100, or he'd kill 10 people for 100 million. Hey, everybody's different.
Could I kill them with kindness? Is that a possibility?
Hey, you can kill them however you want.
Hey, yo.
Hey, listen. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us on this Friday podcast. I'm glad you were here. I hope you had fun. Now, ask your parents if they would kill someone for $1 million. We'll
by
see you next
killing-
week. Goodbye.
By killing someone,